Raider Nation,
See, I'm
you're
saying
locked
something
in
wrong.
and the phone lines are officially open. This isn't just a podcast. This is your platform, your takes, your voice, your moment. If you've got something to say, a hot take, a bold prediction, or a hill you're willing to die on, now's the time to call in and bring the heat. No scripts, no filters, just real talk and real passion. So grab that phone, hit the number 401-830-9189. Let's make some noise tonight. Let's go. Have a take. Don't suck.
Exactly. My words exactly.
Have a take. Don't suck. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Welcome back, everybody. My microphone was muted. That was my fault. Welcome back, everybody, to the next installment of Raider Nation Voices. I'm your host, along with my co-host, Mr. Jason Raiders First Downs. What's going on, bud? Big news last night, huh?
What happened?
Let's see. What happened? What was it that actually happened? I don't know now. It kind of slipped my mind, I think. Not sure.
Gino got an extension.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Gino got an extension.
Yep.
Kappa got re-up for another 2 years.
Yep. You know what though? I think what happened was Raider Nation 24 hours ago, something happened that a lot of people would never, ever thought would happen. Maxx Crosby got traded. The hot, the motor, the guy, the representative of everything about the silver and black is now a Baltimore Raven. And it happened live while I was on the air last night. Mm-hmm. So that was awesome. So I'm sure there's some that are furious, some that understand it. It's a complete rebuild. I'm sure some are asking, what the hell were we doing? So tonight, folks, the show's yours. So we're going to open the phone lines in a couple of minutes. Me and the big guy next to me, want to hear from you, the fans. We want to hear you guys call in tonight. We want to know what you think. We're going to ask some.
Your mic cut out.
Why the hell is that happening? We want you guys to come on, get on the phone, and give your take on what we're going to ask the question as we go along. We have a series of questions that we're going to ask everybody. But real quick, before we do that, just keep in mind we do have. Well, no, first we do want to try and keep this so we can get as many people on the phone in and out of here tonight. So try and keep your phone calls to like about 2 minutes or so. So we can get everybody a chance. All right. So go ahead. You can do the chat.
All right. Let's start out with Hits Boys. Salute, man. Thanks for coming in. Tanner Jack. Crosby goodbye speech was cringe as fuck. Fuck that guy, I say. Well, I'll give him credit. At least he did that and just didn't post a bunch of nonsense. He actually said it to our face. So I give him credit for that. He wants to retire. That's maybe not. Raider Ryan, what's up, man? Salute to the nation. Alex, another one. Other salute to the nation. Fred Weber coming in hot. Fist up, baby. Fist up. Hey, you said hi. Alex is saying hi to you, Jeff. Just so you know.
What's up, Alex?
All right. Tanner Jack, now the media is saying Bowers will want out next. We'll dive into that media shit a little bit, and I'll give you my take on that probably later on in the show. But it's never mind. On to the chat. Hey, Great Value Rock. Salute to y'all. Great Value Rock. Bringing in some takes, man. Got some hot takes. Dude, dial up that phone. Call it in. Let's hear you.
It's not open yet. Lines aren't open yet. We'll let you know once we open them.
That's right. I'm sorry. A little premature.
Okay.
Phoneage there. I guess I'm just excited to be on stage with you for once. Jaw Raider in the house. Lil Mac resigns with the Chokers. Think he will get a ring. Yeah, whatever. I don't think.
He,
I don't. Yeah, I think he's resigning with the Chargers. He was going to resign with them anyways. Let's see, Tanner Jack, and then some more John Rader. And here we have a Cool Kev sighting.
oh, cool, Kev.
Cool Kev, what's up, brother? Great value rock once again. Let's see, we got anybody else coming in? Oh, John Leon, salute to you, brother. John Leon, thanks for coming in. Anthony, one of our regulars, man. Thanks, brother. We'll get to you guys. Flick 76 over here. Nice. And then Skipper, we're back up to the top of the chat. So I'm going to just post his there because I think that's where we kind of took off with our conversation.
All right. What the hell? Why is this not working?
So Jack's. Oh, go ahead.
I guess I guess the Instagram's not working for me.
I'm
going to fool around with that another time, so I am going to remove it. Remove. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
That is AOT, my friend. Tanner Jack states he wants to return. We're assuming Maxx Crosby wants to return to the Raiders to retire. The Diva said, I was laughing my ass off today. Stay out of Vegas. What's your take on that, man?
I mean, he wants to come and retire and sign a one-day contract at the end. Okay. Because I don't know how long he's going to be in Baltimore for. I'm fine with the one-day contract type deal. Same thing with Derek Carr. You know, if he wants to retire as a Raider, you know, that's where his career was basically. Because when he was in New Orleans, he didn't really do much. Started off hot his first year, but then got hurt and everything went to poo-poo after that. So
let's say in 2028, we go into the season as a heavy favorite all of a sudden. Just hypothetical. 2028. And he's a free agent. Do we bring him back on a cheap deal so he could be with us to win a championship?
As long as it doesn't screw things up and he doesn't think he's going to come in and be the guy, because by then we'll have already replaced him big time. Right. You know, he's not going to, he's going to be a shell of his former self at that point.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be going on and coming onto a team with a bunch of young guys, you know, so probably not.
Yeah.
But I do want to bring something up here real quick. It's funny. I'm not going to bring it on the screen because it'll mess up the phone thing. But this is what I saw today. Ja Rada sent this to me. So this is more details on the Maxx Crosby departure from Las Vegas that have emerged since last night. So first of all, Raiders owner Mark Davis and Crosby met about 2 months ago, and they both agreed at that moment that they were going to move. They were ready to move on. So this is definitely something that's been in the works for the last 2 months, just very quietly, and which makes it seem now that the post that Jay Glazer put out there was not bullshit, obviously. And Afakasi said it right last night. He goes, I think there needs to be like a mass apology to these guys that were leaking this earlier, and everybody was calling them, you know, all kinds of names, and they're an idiot and all that shit. So there was some validity to this, in all honesty. So the other thing on here is Crosby had tension with Tom Brady and his trainer, Alex Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
So after Crosby said he'd request a trade if Antonio, this is before. So these are like some of the things that have come up before. Crosby had said in the past he did request a trade, or he was going to request a trade if Antonio Pierce was not named the head coach, while the Raiders were at the moment pursuing Jim Harbaugh. Davis didn't speak to him for months after that. So because of him coming out and being vocal about that, Mark actually shunned him for a while where he wasn't even talking to him, you know? So I'll tell you right now, if that would have been Al Davis that was here at that time, Al Davis would have got rid of him right there on the spot. He's like, you don't tell me, you don't give me an ultimatum like that. I give you the ultimatums, because that's just the way Al was, you know? But yeah, so
whose fault is it for him being that way?
It's the culture of the team. It's the constant having to go through rebuilds, and that's pretty much what happened here. didn't want to go through another rebuild, another whole new coaching regime coming in here. I mean, I get why he felt the need that he needed to get out of here. He just didn't want to have to go through that again. Can't say as I blame him in a way. But he also was keeping his mouth shut, supposedly, is what he was saying, is because he wanted to make sure that the team, the organization, got the best deal for him. So, oh yeah, don't forget, this guy runs on Duncan. New logo too, by the way. You see that?
This all started when Maxx Crosby had a direct pipeline to Mark Davis and circumvented the whole hierarchy. That's where this shit. That's what causes this.
Yeah,
you go back to Marcus Allen. And in those days with Al Davis, a lot of players skipped the hierarchy and went straight to Al Davis. I mean, I remember, I think it was Mike White was the coach at the time, and they didn't even converse with the coach. They just went to Al Davis and told him, "Hey, we want to run these plays." So Al Davis would have to tell
Mike White never had control of this team when he was here.
Well, that's just it, though. I mean, it's like the coach is the coach, and the owner is the owner, and the GM is the GM. Of course, Al was both, which you can do it if you're respectful enough about it. But I mean, you can't have frontline employees going straight to the CEO. They got to follow the hierarchy. There's a chain of command for a reason, and it's stuff like this that is results of that. And I said it back on a previous show that I truly believe that there was a conversation between Jay Glazer and Mad Max was something similar, because this wasn't the first time that he had done this. Not so much requesting to be traded, but he goes on his podcast when we were doing the AP thing, and it was like, I can't keep doing this. He emphasized, I can't keep doing this. Wasn't necessarily him saying I want to be traded, but you can kind of tell emotionally and mentally how he was feeling about how the organization wasn't pulling their end of the bargain when he was putting everything he could into it.
Phone lines are open.
Oh,
we're going to open the phone lines, and I'm going to put this question up right now here. Well, not question, but so we're looking for your reactions, but I'm going to pose a question first. That if people call in, I want you to answer this question and then give us a little bit of what, you want to talk about if there's anything different. So first one is, did the Raiders just trade their best player? That's
No.
the question I want to have the chat answer and anybody that calls in. So the phone lines are open, 401-830-9189. Call in, give your take. Just keep in mind, Jason can hear you, but if Jason talks, you won't be able to hear him. So if you want to hear his response, you'll have to hang up and then listen to what he says.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Especially if LB Raider calls in. He doesn't want to listen to me anyways.
And we've got our first call.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got it. Answer the phone.
You're on with Jason and Jeff, Raider Nation Voices. Give me your name and what's up.
I'm Michael Jackson, pop superstar.
Should have known that. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I am actually a little bit perturbed with Raider Nation, and I'm not perturbed with Maxx Crosby at all. People are mad at Maxx Crosby for not putting word out that he was getting ready to leave and all this. Max has never been the kind of guy to put his personal business out there like that, and he doesn't really owe us an explanation. The fact is, he's had all.
Oh, you lost him.
Hello?
No, he's still there. I just had another call come in. I had to put them on hold, so we got to go to that 2-minute limit.
So, I mean, Max ain't done nothing wrong. I am happy for Max. I hope he wins a Super Bowl there in Baltimore, and he's earned a lot of love from us. He shouldn't be getting any hate from us right now. He's done nothing wrong. He gave everything he had to this team. Let's support him as he moves on. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with that.
So do you think we traded away our best player?
Oh, hell yeah. No question about that. But he wanted out. So, and when somebody wants out that badly, it's kind of a detriment to keep them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So We got 2 first rounders for him, which is like a really pretty good deal. You know what I'm saying? We got draft capital up to behind now. So as long as John Spytek drafts correctly, we're going to be able to make the most of this. But yeah, he's definitely the best player on the team by far. It's not even a question. But it's just a situation we had to do what we had to do.
All right. Yeah, I got it. Jason, you got anything you want to add?
Nah, yeah, he's the best player on our defense. But I think going forward,
he talking? Because I can't hear him.
Yeah. You can't hear him if he talks. But we are at the 2-minute limit there. I got to get the other line on so they don't hang up. So
okay.
If you want to call back later on when it, okay.
Hey, we got a super chat in here.
Oh, what happened?
Bring that up.
Oh, you're on with Jason and Jeff on Raider Nation Voices. What's your name?
What up, baby? It's your boy Raider Will with the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, and here we go. Are you telling me that we traded our best player? Absolutely. We traded our defensive captain. We traded our guy that was the leader, the guy that led the locker room, guys. Let's be honest. Maxx Crosby's a huge loss to the team. But if all the reports that are coming out are absolutely true, that he, before the season, had already had beef, had disagreements with management and et cetera, and, you know, the best thing was to move on, then this is the result of it. But I got a question for you guys. Okay. Why is a guy that's non-football related, Alex Guerrero, in the middle of all this? I mean, like, this is the biggest issue with a guy that's non-football related was the biggest thorn in the side. And a guy that comes from an owner that is absent. So that's all I got for my 2 minutes. I appreciate you guys. Great show, man. I love you guys.
Thanks,
Keep
Will.
killing
Thanks,
it, y'all.
Thanks, Will. Appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
can you
No
blow me
worries,
a kiss?
guys.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes, of course, brother. You know I love it, man. I love
Jeff,
it.
Ask him, give him a kiss.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
No. Exploit with the $4.99 super chat.
Salute.
I appreciate
Thank
you,
you,
my brother. He goes, other than money, why go to the Raiders for free agency? And who do we get at 14? I'll let Jason answer this one, but I do want to just comment on the pick number 14. In all honesty, it's all going to depend on what we do in free agency, I think. And until then, I don't know what we're going to do with number 14. I mean, we can play around with mock drafts and come up with ideas, but I think until free agency and we've gone and made some moves, then that opens up what we're going to actually do. We could trade that away. We could easily trade that for more picks. I mean, there's so many different options that we can do now that we didn't have the ability to until last night. So this opens up a whole new can of worms. But go ahead, Jason. I'll let you finish.
This is one of the things that I tried to explain to you a long time ago is when you have your picks that you earn, you kind of stay with those because that's where you are and that's who you are. When you acquire a pick, now that pick is like kind of like house money. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you're at the craps table, you got $5, you start out with $5, now you got 10, now you got 15. Now all of a sudden you go, you know what? I started with 5, I'm at 25, so let me take 10 and try and double that. Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So this is kind of what that number 14 draft pick can. I mean, you could take that pick, go back to 18, go back to 19, go back to 20 with Dallas, you know, and acquire more, get an extra second, a couple thirds out of it. You know what I mean? Just by moving back 4 spots because it's house money. You're playing with house money now at 14.
Yeah, definitely. I actually, for the hell of it last night, was playing around with a mock draft, and I just tried something real quick to see. I tried to see what I could do with the number 14 and Baltimore's first round next year. How close to the number 1 can I get back in, move up? I got the best I could get was the fifth pick in the first round. So we would have the number 1 and the number 5. That was the best I could do, but I had to trade away both picks to do it.
What were you trading away to get up to number 5? Both first rounds?
Well, here's what I did. I did a little something. I did not take. I wanted to do it without taking Mendoza number one. Okay,
Mhm.
so I played around with it a little bit last night, and I put some different shit together, but I ended up taking Reese number one, and he was still there at number 5. I took Styles.
Hmm.
That's who I went with. Just for the hell of it, just playing around, see what I could do. I figured, damn. And the way it worked out, I still at one point I think I ended up getting Ty Simpson. So I did at least address the quarterback position, but not the one everybody wants, you know. But I did play around it. So I mean, it's probably you could probably get both of those first round picks this year's and next year's, and probably get even higher than that, than the 5. But with the mock draft system that we pretty much all use, the best I could do was a 5. And I tried. I tried with every single team between 2 and 5, and the Giants were the first ones to take it. So yeah, Coach, I agree with you. I knew Coach would be happy with this whole thing. He popped in last night too, so I knew he would be happy with the whole move. So remember, everybody, phone lines are open. So give us a call, 401-830-9189.
SoCal Sal's jumping in here.
Go ahead. I'll let you run the chat tonight.
Io Anthony, Willie Wayne. What else? Who we got here?
Raider Ben's in the house. What's up, Raider Ben?
Willie Wayne, we're gonna build. Let's see, Raider Ben's in the house. Sorry, my Instagram's going off. I might have a special guest coming on here. Hold on, stand by.
Who?
Don't worry about it.
I didn't know this was a collaboration.
It might be just a phone call.
Is it the President of the United States telling us how awesome we are?
No, I ain't that good.
Christy Nome looking for a new job too.
Mm-hmm.
She can join us as a host.
No.
Ben, were you happy with this move or not? I know you were on last night, but we were kind of on about the same time, and by the time I got off, you were I think you were still on. I don't remember. It was just all Chris. This is my guy, Christopher Merlino. He's from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
He was in the Booster Club with me too. I know he's excited over this because he posted something in the Booster Club chat on the Facebook for the New England Raider Boosters, and I responded. I said, "I'm happy as can be," and everybody was like, "Why are you so happy?" I said, "Because the drama bullshit's over. We got 2 first-round picks." I said, "And I'm going to be at the draft, so now I get even more fun than the first round when I'm there on Thursday night. I'm going to get to see the first pick, and then whatever we do with the second one." You know, so it's not going to, because my initial thought was I'll be there for the first one. Once we pick number 1, I'll try and move back a little bit out of the crowd, to kind of hang back with like 805 in them, because I think they're going to set up like kind of on the outskirts of everybody, but fuck that. If we're picking number 14, my ass is staying up close to the stage as I can get. So I'm looking forward to it.
If you want, I was just going to have Darth Raider reach out to you. Him and his brother will be there in the pit. So,
okay. Yeah, because that's what I want to do. I want to get it.
Duncan has his phone number, and we told him you were going back when we did the show, and that we wanted you guys to connect at the thing. Well, originally I was talking to his brother as I was going to go, but since I got the talk of the weddings coming up this year, and you kind of got to just kind of be nice and not, so. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go.
I guess Raider Ben's happy that he's gone. I thought everyone was busting my balls last night in the chat. I thought they were all trying to get me to react to it, and so when it was actually happening, I was trying to find anything, because before I go on record on air I want to make sure it's 100% accurate. So like my reaction wasn't really like fully genuine because I was just searching everywhere trying to find something that was showing it. And then I finally saw it. I'm like, okay, all right, I guess it's legit. So it's like, it wasn't like that, oh my God, I can't believe this just happened reaction, which is what I would have liked to have had. Yeah, when I've been doing the mocks, that's Lemon's there at number 14 every time too. I did a lot of playing around with it today, just trying to come up with different scenarios of what I think we could do or what the actual possibilities are. I sent one of them to 805 today. 805's in the chat too. What's up, brother? I ended up with 27 total draft picks in that one, the one I sent him. So selected 27 players, and I think I had 1 or 2 draft picks for next year. Nope, just 1. Oh, plus the Baltimore one. Yeah, I ended up with Tennessee's 2027 fifth round pick. So it was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 28 actually. 28 players and Baltimore's draft pick for next year and Tennessee's fifth rounder. And this is how I went. I even moved out of the number 1. So I ended up with the number 4 pick, took Sonny Styles, took Caleb Banks, Ty Simpson, D'Angelo Pons, Jacob Rodriguez, Zion Young, Pregnon, the offensive guard from Oregon, Anthony Hill, linebacker from Texas, Jennings Dunker at number 65 from Iowa. I got Big Citrus, Dominique Orange from Iowa. Who's somebody else? I got Jake Slaughter from Florida. I ended up with 2 centers. I also ended up with Logan Jones.
He may or may not call in. I'm not going to put him on stage. I'm going to save that for my show. But
right. I got Mike Washington from Arkansas too, the running back.
That's it. Remember the kid that played at Cal? One of my kids from NC High.
Yeah,
that's who I was jockeying with on Instagram.
All right, we got to get through the chat here. We're way behind. Now we know why the Raiders benched Crosby the last 2 games of the season. Brady's decision. Well, it was that and the injury too. What's up, Fidel? Jordan Tyson at number 14. He's been going early. Yeah, but a lot of the mock drafts I've been doing, he's the first receiver off the board, and he's been going. I've seen him go as early in the mocks as like 6, 7. I was like, God damn. If you're crying about Max being gone, the Ravens are accepting applications for their fan base.
Just leave your Raider fan card at the door.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a mix of that, Ben, and I think it was just the other fact that he wasn't part of the future planning for this team, and I think that's what a lot of fans don't realize. That long-term goal, I mean, he's got a better chance of going somewhere else and winning that ring than staying here and waiting through what's going to take. Because it's going to take us a few years before we even start thinking about knocking on that door for deep playoff runs, So
I agree with Ben on that too, as well, as far as the 3-4.
Yeah. I wouldn't have told the loser to get the fuck out. I'm down with it. What's up, Bueno? Sorry, I took over the chat, but I just can't believe Baltimore called and said 2 first-round picks, and we just jumped at it. I thought we could possibly push for 1 more lower-round pick or even a player. I know there was another report of, what was it, Dallas. Josh sent me this, too. I think it was... Yeah, here it is. So he was hearing that Dallas was going to give us, the Raiders, they were going to give us the 12th and the 20th overall pick in the first round, but the Raiders wanted the 2027 first round pick, and that's when Dallas backed out of it. So, I mean, I would have taken the 2 first rounders for sure.
Yeah.
And not even worried about next year's pick. But I guess they tried getting as much as they could. So the big thing is, it's just how good Baltimore's going to be. Like, what type of draft pick are they going to get? Let's see.
You're talking next year?
Yeah, because you don't
Yeah.
know what number they're going to end up with.
And
You know?
that's why you kind of want to. Well, none of the teams that are at the top are going to trade for Max. They're like us. They got way too many other problems, and 98 ain't one of them.
Yeah, I've been wanting Max gone at least for the last year. I wanted him gone before last year's draft and everything. I was ready, but in a way, I'm glad we didn't make that move because with Pete Carroll here and the coaching staff and this regime, I don't think they would have made
picks.
They would have fucked those draft picks up.
Yep.
I got more trust now, 100% more trust now than what it could have been done with last year. And I think there's a lot more talent in this draft, to be honest with you. Especially if we're looking for defensive guys to kind of fill that spot.
And I kind of agree with 805. I don't think there's a lot of supreme talent, but it's just from 1 to 75. I don't think you can go wrong with any of those picks. It's just a matter of what's your flavor when you get to that pick.
Sorry, Brandon. I just wanted the draft picks. I knew we're building a new team here, basically, and these draft picks are going to help us do that 100%. I mean,
he'd trade his wife if he could get a pick out of it.
I wouldn't get nothing. I because you know what it is. I look at the big picture. Basically, I'm looking for the future of where this team's going to be in a few years, and anybody that we bring in now in the early part of these drafts is going to help us propel us to that point. You know. So that's why I was so high on trading out of that number one to get us more picks, to get more plug and play type players that can start getting the play time now. So when we start making those chances for those playoff runs, we're a well-oiled machine with these guys will be, you know, a couple of year veterans already, and they're having a bigger impact as time goes on. You know, that's how I was looking at it.
Yeah, but don't you think that philosophy with the quarterback is also a good idea too?
Not this year. I really
don't. Because the last thing I want to do is develop a team and then draft a quarterback. Now we got to develop the quarterback, and the team is much farther ahead than what the quarterback is in their development.
What's up, Circus Raider? I wouldn't be surprised if we throw a hat in the ring for now either. I really don't want Kirk Cousins. I really don't. I mean, the two best options, in all honesty, unfortunately, that are free agents, once they get cut, would be, unfortunately, Kirk Cousins and Kyler Murray. I would take a 1-year flyer on Kyler, as much as I'm not a fan of his. You know?
Is he going to fit our offense?
That's the thing.
Because when you talk about taking a snap from center,
yeah,
I mean, the last thing you want is a quarterback taking a snap from center at his chest.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Brandon. Definitely, we got to start looking at offensive lineup for sure. What's up, Scream? What's going on, man?
What's up, Les?
What we doing? Let's see. What's up, Desert Raider? No Tyson as an ASU fan. Kid cannot stay healthy. Huh. Anyway, that's good to know.
All right.
You signed Hendrickson and Kenneth Walker. Pick Mendoza first, and O-line the next week. I think O-line's going to get maybe, but the only thing I think with Walker's going to demand that he's a number one running back. I mean, now you're going to have a jammed up backfield with him and Genty. They're both going to want the time. You know, we need somebody that can come in and be a complement to Genty, not someone that can push and take time away from Genty. We want Genty on the field as much as possible, but still need a break and, you know, put a guy out there we can trust to run a series or two without him, you know? See, he's too old for a future plan. That's why Jeff, an aging 20-year-old player that has been injury prone and is at the pinnacle of his career, and we got 2 firsts for it. Spytech top, and yeah, he is. I commend him for this move. I really do. Could we have gotten more value? Yeah, possibly, but how much you're going to start turning teams off if you start asking for too much. You know,
The value was going to start decreasing as time went on.
Yeah.
I think if we went into free agency without making that trade, we would have probably
Yeah.
been lucky. We would have probably got a first round pick and maybe a third or fourth round out of it. Because then it becomes the buying team, the team taking on Max, kind of has the advantage in the negotiations at that time.
Yeah.
But the good thing is there was a lot of people that put their hat in the ring for him. I mean, it wasn't just. I mean, you had Chicago, Philadelphia, Carolina, Baltimore, Dallas. They all were, not just calling and tiptoeing around. They were actually pretty serious about trying to make somewhat of a trade with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Robert Pena?
What's up, Robert Pena?
Has anybody seen Sacktown Mike lately?
Mm-mm.
I haven't seen him in the chats for the last couple of days.
No.
Future, I get it, but this organization was always about honoring our past. This fan base is. I mean, I get it. I mean, I totally get it. But it seems like we go through this drama for the last few years with Max. You know, the rumors hit, and then that starts the infighting within the fan base, basically. Like because some don't want him to be here anymore. Some wanted to get picked for him. Some were like, no, he can't go anywhere. Those are the fans that are like married to players, and it's like you can't be stuck on a player.
I can tell you this.
It's a business, man.
I can tell you this, though, Raider Nation. Those of you that have 98 jerseys, don't be ashamed to still wear them.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with what we did. I mean, let's face it. Jeff, do you remember the Kenny Stabler trade? I mean, that was brutal.
When he went to the Saints,
Oilers?
No, Houston, right?
Yeah, him and Dave. We traded him and Dave Casper to the Oilers for Dan Pastorini and Kenny King.
That's what he said. He wanted out if they didn't re-sign AP. It was the beginning of the end. Yeah, I'm sure that was the start of it. I willing to bet.
Yeah, 100%. This offseason isn't the first time he's done this.
No. And again, now that he's gone, we're not going to have that drama now, But now we got to worry about being able to keep guys like JPJ for the future. Brock Bowers when he gets close for him. Genty, the same thing. And if we're not going in the right direction, you're not going to see any of those guys stay. I'm actually surprised Max stayed as long as he did, to be honest with you, knowing that, being on the inside like he was, knew what was going on with the team better than any of us did or do. He knew the team wasn't going in the right direction. I mean, we could see the team wasn't going in the right direction. If you're on the inside like he is, you already know the team's not going in the right direction. And why he's still, God bless him for sticking around like he did. Yeah, Sean Payton, he's a pain in the ass. Let's see. He also said Mark didn't talk to Max for almost. Yeah.
Yep.
After the AP thing. Yep. Who's trading down? I'm still on the trading down ship for sure.
Jeff's all about getting 30. He wants 30 draft picks.
I want as many picks as we can get, man. Draft capital between this year and next year for sure. Alex Ferrell did his job by sitting Max. If he let him play, Max gets injured. Forget about the picks. Alex Ferrell gets a W for that. We got 2 firsts for a 4th round player, 3 surgeries, same thing. I mean, if you look at the value for what we paid for him in the first place, it cost us a 4th round pick. And we, in turn, 9 years later, got 2 first rounders for him.
Mm-hmm.
On a team that's in full tear down rebuild mode, basically.
If we get one of those picks to played 5-6 years for us, they'll outplay Maxx Crosby. So we'll still have one of those draft picks playing for us, doing something, and he'll be retired.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's gonna. He's got. We quite honestly, he'll be flashy the first half of the season next
What's up,
year
Raider Mike?
for Baltimore, and they'll all be tickled over there in Baltimore with what the. And then all of a sudden, you'll see it. It'll kind of come down a little bit, and then, and just like the previous chat said that 3 surgeries on the same knee, that takes a toll, man. I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Jeff, you're still celebrating. I'm just drooling over the extra picks because there's some good talent early on in this. I would love additional second and third round picks because I think that's where the meat and potatoes are going to come from in this draft, to be honest with you. I really do. I did this just, I look at the talent here and it's just like it's so good. Like I'm saying it's so good because with that talent needy, that's the thing. Like some teams would pass on some of these guys because they just don't need that position or whatever. We just need so much, and you see that there is so much in here in this draft that we can use to really, beef this team up and really start that new core nucleus of an organization on this roster. Do you agree with that or no?
Yep. Yep. If we had 3 or 4 veterans on that defensive side of the ball, and we're in the same position that we're in right now, but we had 3 or 4, let's say 3 really good, almost the caliber of Maxx with leadership, being overall leaders, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would say, yeah, that's a bad move. But because you already have, this a strength, you have something strong enough to build off of. But at this point, it's like, you know what? We're gonna have to if you're gonna tear it down to the studs, you might as well go all the way to the foundation.
Yeah.
Just
did he really say Flock Nation?
Yep, he did.
Really? When did he say that? Did I miss that?
On his tributary speech that he gave today on his podcast, he did a salute to the nation.
Well, he also put out a message too, and he said Raiders Nation. He put the S at the end of Raiders. It's not Raiders Nation, it's Raider.
Yeah.
He ought to know that, though. You see people say Raiders Nation, and people lash out at folks and say it's not Raiders Nation, it's Raider Nation.
Well, I've accidentally done that before too. Like 401 _Raiders _
refrigerator rating. Man, I'm so far behind.
The chat is screaming tonight. Just so
I know.
you know.
What's up, Raider Outlaw? What's going on, man? Too many draft picks and you lose your value because only 60% or so make the roster. True. I believe those will prove to be the cerebral type. That'll be his strength over the more athletic guys. Yeah, I wish we still had Spillane, especially going into this season now, to be honest with you. Oh, I'm at the end of the chat. Nice. All right. So this is the next question. So again, phone lines are open, folks. Call in 401-830-9189. And the question is, did the Raiders win or lose the Maxx Crosby trade? What's your feeling, Jason? Did we win or lose that?
But today we won. Or hold on. Yeah. I would say today we won. But I think also Baltimore got something that they needed and they wanted too. So both teams are going to think they won that.
True. I think the short of it right now, I think the Ravens won because they already know what they've got. They've got Maxx Crosby. We don't know what we're getting yet.
It also creates this vacuum on the defensive side of the ball for somebody to step up and be the leader.
Yeah, don't say that. There's more coming. That's one of them.
What are you talking about?
The questions that I've got set for tonight.
Oh, did you put them in the notes?
Yeah, no, they're in the banners. I'm just doing them by banners. We're just doing them in stages on the banners for tonight. So my ultimate take on if we won or lost this one, or which it remains to be seen what we do if we win or lose this trade. As of right now, I think we kind of lost because we knew what we gave away. They know what they were getting. We don't know what we're getting yet until we make those 2 picks. So technically, we won't know the full effect of this until we draft next year's pick from them too. So this is an evaluation a year in the making, basically. A year and a half, pretty much, maybe even 2 years, because you still don't know what that person's going to do, what that player is going to do on the field that we're going to pick next year. Unless we take those 2 picks and we do something different with them.
You have a call.
You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jeff and Jason. State your name.
Yo, this is the Coach sipping Jamba Juice.
Hey, what's up, Coach? What's going on?
Not much, man. I just wanted to say, yeah, the Raiders easily won this trade. And, I mean, that goes without question. But I wanted to elaborate on what I was saying about Sean Payton. I don't know if you saw, but Jay Glazer, I think he tweeted something about Sean Payton. And I ran into it on social media. It said that Sean Payton called. This is what Jay Glazer said about Sean Payton. Sean Payton called me so fired up the Raiders traded Maxx Crosby, and even just texted Max saying he's offering to pay a private plane one-way flight to Baltimore. Happy to see him out of the division. Funny, but also added, you are an inspiration to watch and compete against. Payton has long raved about how Max never slows down during games. That is, I mean, this guy, I've never seen somebody that just wants to be so much of a villain before. This guy is a complete idiot. I mean, and he knows damn well that the Raiders have nobody on their defense.
Yeah.
Literally, the only person worth scheming for was Maxx Crosby, which is, I mean, when you have one person to scheme for on a defense, that's like the easiest. That's like a day off. You really don't have to do anything. And he knows that. But he's going to stand there and act like, oh, well, this is the greatest thing ever. Maxx Crosby's out of the division. Well, I'll let him enjoy this one day, because hopefully the Raiders will be able to put together an actual defense full of 11 men, not just one. So, yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. But man, Sean Payton, this guy.
Yeah, I saw the same thing you saw. I saw that today too, and I was like, "What a dick!" Funny, but he's still a dick.
Yeah, I actually thought it was.
Yeah.
People trolling.
But anyways, yeah, they easily won this trade. We got those 2 first-round picks, and that's exactly what we needed to rebuild this team.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think this was. I'm happy with these picks. Like I said, and what we can eventually turn them into could be a beautiful thing going forward.
Absolutely, man. But all right, I'll let you guys get back to the show.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Coach.
Appreciate you. Thanks, Coach.
Coach has always got some good takes.
I love when he's in the chat too, man. He's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's funny because a few months ago, I used to see him in all the other chats all the time, and he was never really in any of the chats on any of the shows I was in. And then lately, within the last, say, month and a half, he's been in my chats a lot. And I love some of his takes and some of the thought processes he puts out there in the chat too, And he's also got a deep love for Tommy Ami, so especially when the war room's on. As soon as somebody says Tommy Eichenberg, he's like, "Oh yeah," he just loves him. So still looking for more responses from you guys if you think we won this trade or not. Rosendo Dela Cruz, what's up, my guy? How you doing, brother?
What's up?
Fuck, Raider Crosby. He didn't want to be a Raider, so the motto, once a Raider, always a Raider, ain't for Crosby. He wanted out. Wow. Who else is here?
I like some
What's
of
up,
the
Dennis?
I like some of the takes though in the chat as to who won and who lost. You know, some people are like, okay, well, we got to see where the draft picks come and how those turn out. Who doesn't love Ami?
Yeah. What's up, Mike Guerrero? What's up, Raider Ryan? Raiders won. Ravens don't usually trade picks. They know how to find talent. Yeah. There was another meme I saw today. I think it was John Harbaugh. It was an image like his face, and he says John Harbaugh finding out that the Ravens just traded their next 2 first-round picks. Not too long after they fired him. It's like, because they wouldn't do anything with him when he was there. They weren't. I think the biggest thing they did was bring in like free agents and such, but they never traded to upgrade anything. It's like, why did you do this shit when I was here? Team could have been different, you know. I think it's funny. Jason can hear the calls. It's just the callers can't hear him. So if you're on the phone, you won't be able to hear Jason respond. You'll only be able to hear me.
But if you got a question, you can always relay it to Jeff. I can hear it, and I can respond. I just gotta hope. I just have to hope Jeff repeats it exactly the way I say it. He has a tendency to sometimes to kind of twist it.
Not lying. You're right. What's up,
I am
Pigs?
not asking that question.
Pig says, I'm thrilled that we have a first work with since Mendoza is basically a shoo-in. Max landed with a coach that will make great use of his ability. Mentor is on the rise and was my ideal head coach for us. And that's the other reason why I don't think Baltimore is going to be like come out of the gates hot and fast this year. They're a rookie head coach too. You know, they need receiver help. I mean, their best option is, you know, an aging running back that's been taking some abuse through the years. He didn't have a huge season last year. He was still very serviceable, obviously. Lamar Jackson just has this inability to stay healthy. That doesn't help. You know, they've got a great tight end in Mark Andrews. Offensive line's going to take a hit. You're going to lose Linderbaum. You know, they're not going to be able to retain him. The defense is okay. You know, it just got better, add Max to the mix. You know, how do you think Joe Burrow feels? That poor bastard now. Look what he's got to go up against. So he's got 6 games in the division, right? So he's got 2 games now against Maxx Crosby, 2 games against Myles Garrett, and 2 games against TJ Watt. Mm-hmm. That's 6 games he's got these sons of bitches coming after him. You know, 3 of the premier pass rushes, one of them being the ultimate pass rusher of Myles Garrett, that he's got to compete against 6 times during the season now. Oh, my God. Aaron Rodgers is probably like, yeah, I'm definitely retiring. Screw this shit. He's like, I don't want no part of this. Oh, the Bengals have to go O-line, man. If they now in that division, man, you're talking about some great pass rushes. And if you don't protect Burrow's going to be dead. He's going to get killed. He was getting killed last year. That offensive line, they need some serious help on that O-line.
Well, Cap is a free agent. They can sign him.
Yeah, there you go. Bring him back to Baltimore, Cincinnati. And one other thing, too, I wanted to bring up, because I don't know if anybody heard this yet or not, but the Patriots just traded their center to Chicago, all right, because their center retired. So the Patriots traded theirs to Chicago. So I would not be surprised if the Patriots get involved in the bidding war for Linderbaum. Because their offensive line needed some upgrading.
Maybe Raider J was right. It might be a $30 million market value for Linderbaum.
Well, the main reason for the $30 million is if they would have franchise tagged him. That's what.
Yeah,
it
that's
would have
his
been.
franchise
It
tag,
would have been.
isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not that because that's how high paid centers are. You got to remember they group offensive linemen as a whole. Tackles, guards, and centers are grouped as a unit called offensive linemen. You know, and what happens is the left tackles are always the highest paid on the offensive line. So that's what skews that number and pushes that number to be so high. So, you know, if they franchise tagged Linderbaum, that's putting him at almost 30 mil. You know, ain't nobody paying 30 mil for a center. You know, I'll go up to like 24, 25 at the absolute most for him, but I'm not going any higher than 25. You know,
But it's going to come down to who wants him the most. Can you imagine if we offered him 25 and he signed somebody? Because you got to think about it. What's his name? The left tackle in San Francisco is getting $28.5 million, right? And a center coming in and topping that. That's insane.
yeah, it is. It is. And that is kind of the unfortunate part, Desiree. We are going to pay more than what we probably should for him. And I know 805 started watching this film because he was on with Nate and I on Thursday night, and I know he was on with the syndicate guys last night, and they were talking about Linderbaum, and these are the same things I heard already prior to this, but he's actually seeing now where his definite weakness is in the passing game, pass blocking, whereas in the running game he's got a better he's better in the running game than he is in the passing. That's kind of his weakness.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's what kind of makes you think. But the good thing is, in all honesty, if we lose out on Linderbaum, then guess what? Then we just shift over and try and get McGovern from Buffalo.
Mm.
You know, and if that doesn't work, then guess what? Then we're going center, and we got to go center fairly earlier in the draft,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, no later than the third round. I personally, out of any of the centers that are out there in this draft, I want the kid from Kansas State. I want Hetch.
Hetch, yeah.
I like what I saw with that kid. He's got a heavy base. He's going to be tougher to move as a center on the line. I like what I saw with that kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be a great fit for us. And that would allow us to keep JPJ at guard too. Yeah, it's either Hetch. I like Hetch. I fell in love with the kid, to be honest with you, watching him at the combine. I don't even know how to find film on him or anything, so I would love to be able to watch some of his game film.
His Senior Bowl. I watched him at the Senior Bowl during the practices and even in the game, and it translated into the game. But just his reps in practice were really good. Him and that Aichior from Arizona State just stood out in the practices. Nate's saying McGovern re-signed today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there. You just said it. Putting out there.
There's a lot of good. Pittsburgh's right. There's a lot of. You got Logan Jones from Iowa. He's good. You know, Pat Coogan, Jake Slaughter from Florida. I really like his tenacity, but I think he's going to be a little light on the NFL side. But
if we take an offensive lineman at 14, I think there's only really one that I would want at 14, and that'd be Fano. I think what he.
I think he's going to go top 10. He's been slated top 10 since,
and that's the problem. That's therein lies the problem. You know,
but there's so many interior offensive linemen.
There's some great offensive linemen in this draft. There really is.
You know.
Okay, yeah, McGovern's re-signed today. All right, so he's out now. So it's Linderbaum or bust, or basically it's Linderbaum or drafting.
Mhm.
I mean, that's what it's going to come down to.
Or
No
trading.
choice. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what we're trading for. A bunch of centers worth drafting. Oh, definitely. There are some really good ones in this one. I mean, shit. Even I've seen him still available in like the 7th round. Even Coogan on every mock draft I've done, he's been still available end of 6th, early 7th.
Yeah, they even got to go.
Not saying that he would definitely come in and be the starter, but I mean, I would still definitely take a flyer on him, especially if we end up with Mendoza. I mean, they did work together. I mean, that's
Well,
obviously got a good relationship. That
Coogan
means a
played,
lot to a quarterback, though, too.
Coogan played next to Joe Alt at Notre Dame, and they so he's got a lot of good. He had some success at Notre Dame too. So the knock on him was he was a little tight in the open field with his blocks. And he kind of overplayed his blocks out in the open field. But he's athletic. I mean, I would take him in the 6th round. You get 5th, 6th, 7th round, you're taking flyers on people anyways at that point.
Wow. So he signed 5 years, 52 to stay with the Bills. Wow. Okay.
5-year, 52. So that means Linderbaum will probably be about a 4 at 90.
80, yeah, somebody said that up here too. Yeah. Let's see. JPJ has always heard if there's any chance we can trade him, that would be great. If not, keep him as a depth piece. He'll still start. I just don't know. His injury, his concussions are the only thing that scares me. Because if he gets a couple more, he's not going to be long in this league. And it's not because of talent. It's just going to be because of, he's concussion prone. Once you have 1 or 2, forget it. I mean, it doesn't take much to have him again. I mean, look at Tua. I mean, he took a beating a couple of years ago, man.
Yeah. Tua's 1 hit away from licking windows the rest of his life.
Yeah. He should seriously consider retiring, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you what, those hits, those concussions he had in the games that I was watching or saw footage of, I mean, he was down and out, man. He was throwing up crip hands and everything. I mean, he was done.
He was seasoned.
I mean, yeah, man.
His soul left his body for a minute.
What's up, young DB? 5 years, 100 mil, 7.5 guaranteed for Linderbaum is my highest offer. Let's see, exact most linemen will need to add 10 to 15 pounds for the NFL draft. Yeah,
it's all about getting that man body.
Yeah,
got to get that man body.
Yeah, like Docker, he's strong in the legs and everything, but he needs a little junk in the trunk too. What's up, Jack? What's going on, man? Hey, Jack, have you heard from Sacktown yet? I know you asked me at like 3:30 this morning in a text. I just laid down.
We got the real
fall asleep.
The real Dixon ciders in the house.
What's up, Max? He says he thinks we won that trade with Baltimore. Okay. What's up, Dixon? I initially said wide receiver was a luxury we could wait on until next year, but the extra pick and cap money, maybe we can get a wide receiver. But O-line. Oh, definitely O-line. If again, like even doing mock drafts now is still tough until we address free agency and see what we bring in. Because once we hit free agency and we do some damage in free agency, then you can get a better feel for what we need to fill. Because if say in free agency, we take care of bringing in defensive ends, then guess what? Then we don't need to really look at the defensive ends. We can put them a little bit on the back burner and maybe grab one later on in the draft, and now put our eggs in the basket of looking for more linemen or more linebackers. I mean, it all depends on what we do in free agency, what the mock drafts will look like.
Yeah, that's why I'm not too concerned about mock drafts right now, because free agency, how they attack free agency is going to tell you everything you need to know where they're going to go with that draft. Well, who drafted 3 centers in a mock draft?
I did. One of them was by accident. I did it.
Okay.
You like that, Ben? Dude, he was like this on the field. He's like, hey. What's up, Dixon? What's going on, man? Did you try calling him?
Who, me or Jack?
Jack, asking Jack. Jack, did you try calling him? Until the Raiders have a QB, it's going to be hard to attract top free agents. I don't know about that, to be honest with you. I think it could be different right now.
There might be some attraction of blocking for a running back like Genty too, because linemen like to run block.
I mean, there are some selling points. The fact that anybody that's a free agent now knows that we've got. I accidentally cheated on my girl, Jack. What?
He's referencing you accidentally picking a center.
Yeah, no, seriously, I didn't mean. I wanted to click on the info bar on the guy, and I hit draft by accident. I was like, fuck. And I had already worked up so much in trades and other offers, it would have been impossible to try and reenact that again. So I was like, I just fuck it. I'll just stick with the third center. What the fuck was I saying? Fuck. I was just going to say something too. What was I talking about? Oh, the free agents. I think now the fact that we've got an extra first round pick this year and an extra first round pick next year, that also can be an enticing factor. You call him Sacktown. That could be interesting. Again, the tax thing is big in Nevada. There's the facility. I mean, there's so many different selling points. It's the new coaches coming in. We're making and doing moves that show that the team's trying to progress and get up to the times. Because that's the thing. We're so far set back in our ways that other teams are just blown right by us because we just weren't aggressive when we needed to be, whether it be in free agent, moving around on the draft board, shit like that, trading for players, so I think this is showing that we're trying to go in the right direction and maybe somewhat enticing where players will want to come here and be part of this, part of that culture turn and for the team turn and getting back to that right away and making this team back to, just win, baby, and the commitment to excellence. Because right now we can't use those slogans because they don't mean anything right now because we haven't done anything that we excel in other than sucking. We can't win. So the just win, baby, is nothing right now. I want to see us get back to that point where we can start saying those things confidently again, and bring the life back into the Shield and bring the fan base back where we're all on the same page. We're all happy again. Because right now we're still divided, even with Max gone. There's some that hate the fact that he's gone. There's some that like the fact that he's gone because of what we got in return, and we're still split over the Mendoza thing. There's some that want him so bad. And then there's others that don't think he's the right fit. And we want to do something different. Until we get past the draft and he's here and everybody's on the team and we're ready to roll, then I think we're going to kind of level out a little bit. Everybody be on the same page of let's move forward. Let's see what this team looks like on the field rather than on paper. And then we'll start that heal process of getting Raider Nation back on the same page together where we're not fighting over this guy. We want that guy. Let's trade this one. No, we traded him. Why did we do that? Part of that is over now. Max is gone. We got what we got for him. Let's move on from that and let's get back to arguing over Mendoza. But I mean, I don't want to argue over Mendoza. If we draft him, we draft him. What are you going to do? I'm going to stand behind him. Let's see.
I just sent you a private chat.
Oh, there's Mike right there. He's in the chat. What's up, brother? You okay, man? At least I know you're still around, my guy. Because Jack was getting nervous too, because he hadn't heard from you, and I hadn't seen you in the chat in a while. So, love you, brother. Let's see, where are we in this chat? And Beanie Legs. Kubiak loves Mendoza because he's Christian. Rorschach, a member for 7 months is a milestone. I appreciate you, my guy. You've been a member for 7 months, man. I appreciate you 100%.
That's a long time to be a member on your channel.
Bueno in Sacktown. I think Bueno just did his the other day, and he was at 11 months. So next month, because it's been a year now since I've been monetized. Bueno, Christopher Raiders, Sacktown, they were like one of the first ones that that signed up.
Yeah, I think I was number 7, 6 or 7.
Will to win is appropriate, I guess. Yeah. What's up, Raider Nation? Jason, what's up, my guy? Don't forget, folks, phone lines open, 401-830-9189. We want to hear from you. And we're going to bring up the next question we want you guys to answer. Go ahead, Bob.
I think people are too scared to call in.
Why? Why are they scared? Why are they scared, Jason? Tell them not to be scared. Put their mind at ease. Tell them why they want to call.
Don't be scared.
So here's the question we're going to ask now. When you call in, I want you guys to answer this one, and the chat can answer it now too. Who's the new leader of the Raiders defense? Do we have one? Who is it? Who do you think it should be? Oh, Kubiak loves him because he fits his scheme. And you're kind of right too. Great value. We started that discussion last night, and I kind of didn't want to get into it too much, but it kept popping up. Just standing behind Mendoza is like Stephen Hawking standing behind a treadmill.
Nice one. Hey, star that one right there. Star that one right there. I love it.
I like where you're going with that. Can you now just make sense?
I've had people tell me that the only reason they want him is because he's a Christian. I'm like, no other reason why. Nothing to do with his play. No, because he's a Christian. Okay. And I've had some people.
I guess we'll just have Bible study on Sundays instead of football games.
I've had some people say, just, we want him. They want him because he won a Heisman. And the same question I would ask them. Any other reason other than the Heisman? No, because he's that good. He won the Heisman. Okay.
I'm going to be quite honest with you, Jeff. There are times when I'm going through this stuff and looking at it and watching, and it's like I forget he won the damn Heisman. I'll be quite honest with you. I forget he won the Heisman. It's like that doesn't even matter to me. It really doesn't.
So Raid Nation Jason says Chin. No one else has even answered yet.
Chin as a leader.
No. I knew this was coming. Someone saying Tyree
Wilson.
Tyree.
That's 2 people.
Miller. He's not on defense. Miller's on the offensive line. Tight end. What's up, Matthew? What's going on, my guy? Who should Buffalo Bills take in the first round? You guys need a wide receiver. You guys need a definite, legit number 1 wide receiver up there. You got 2 great tight ends. But
somebody dialed the phone. They're calling.
You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jason and Jeff. State your name.
Rorschach's Journal, March 7th, 2026. A Raider player was traded last night. And you know what this guy has to say? Good riddance. You wanted it. You asked for it. You got it. Shout out to you guys and Bueno, Dixon, Sacktown, Cool Kev. I saw Ayo Anthony in there. Hopefully these guys will call and not be scared, man. Come on.
Scared. They're scared.
My take on the trade last night.
Yeah.
So we've become numb to this guy's antics every year about something that he wants. I think this has been going on a lot longer, to be honest with you, in my opinion. All these rumors that get out, somebody's whistling Dixie in the organization and he's just tired of losing, which I get, I understand. But if you want to be like Mike and Kobe, the way you describe yourself are and have that mentality, you don't run when things go bad. If you run when things go bad, the heart is what makes it good, right? Whether it's marriage, life, kids, a job, school, anything you do. You know, not everybody can do it. And that's why some of those players that stayed no matter what and saw it through. Look, I know one player doesn't make everything well, and this is all 53, but still, man, the mentality you're talking about, you didn't have. I saw a little bit of that video that he put out about Raider Nation and this and that. You know what?
Yeah.
Just fucking come out and say it, man. You didn't want to be here. Man up. If I didn't want to be someplace, I say it myself, but we all do. That's the difference between our generation and this younger one. You know, and I understand it's business, but if you don't like fucking someplace, you can leave.
Yeah.
Just say it.
It's America.
You don't have to hide, beat around the bush and talk all this stuff. And every year in off season, for the past couple of seasons, we've heard about this guy wanting to be traded. I'll be honest with you, he's going to get mossed. He's not going to win anything. He's not.
I don't see Baltimore.
The Baltimore Ravens are not on the doorstep. They weren't even on the sidewalk yet of last season. And this quarterback, Lamar Jackson, he's a running quarterback who passes second. And those don't win at all. But I just wanted to get my peace of mind out there. I know you guys have a show to do. I don't know. I just got on. Was doing something, and I heard you say nobody's called yet, so I thought I'd be the first. And hopefully some of these characters, guys in the chat, will call and let out some steam. Look, I'm not. We knew it was going to happen, but I'm not. Oh my God, we're going to lose. Hey man, the Raiders have been here beforehand and will be here after the guy.
Yep.
Plain and simple. I can't say any more about it than that and speak freely. You know, am I mad? No. Am I sad? No. You know, I'm numb to this stuff now because we've been through it how many times? You know, Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, what was the other one? Charles Woodson, some of these other guys that have left and gone on, you know, to play well on other teams, but not really winning anything at all.
Well, with Tim Brown, he was only going.
Well, it looks like it's just me on here now. We lost the call and we lost Jeff. So, and I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here watching. Here he comes. Coming back in. Going to have to stand by for the dial-in show. But having said that, I'm going to run off of what Rorschach was talking about with Maxx Crosby.
But we'll get who we need for this system. I truly believe that 100%. Will it work? Yes.
Yeah.
Or no? We'll find out. That's just the way it goes. But I'll just say this. You can't get tied to anybody anymore.
No, you can't.
Because that's not the way it works. How it was in our 80s game. You know, free agency wasn't even a thing.
Players didn't leave the team back then.
And then they had priority to resign.
Yeah.
You know, free agency is good, but it's also a bad thing, in my opinion.
because some of your homegrown talent leaves, and that's not the way it should be. But I don't know what do you guys think?
Jason, what do you want to give an answer? He's not going to be able to hear you, but
that's all right. You're going to relay this to him. Pay attention, take notes.
Well,
all right. I want to know.
Just tell him, tell me what he says.
Just have him hold on. Just tell him stand by. Stand by.
Jason said to stand by.
Okay. If I wholeheartedly believe this has been an issue longer than a year. Okay.
He said this has been an issue longer than a year. He's still going.
Now,
speed it up. We got another call coming in, Jason.
Why in the hell did he sign the contract extension if he didn't want to be here?
Security.
All right. So Jason's saying basically, why did he sign the contract extension if he didn't want to be here?
Money. That's all.
Good point.
And that's what it's about. Money. He didn't want to be a Raider. He wanted to be a greenback.
We all need it, but it was kind of like to shut him up, pretty much. I thought, it's like, dude, you just gave this guy extension not too long ago, and then the rumors again were starting, and then, here, Pete is coming in. Let's give him another extension with more money up front because he had no more guaranteed money left over from the previous contract. So what did they do? What did the Raiders do? They gave him the money because they thought he was worth it. And look what he does a year later after signing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here anymore. And, dude.
Well, you know what? In a way, it's a good thing he did sign that contract because I think that was one of the selling points on the easy option to trade him because it's such a team-friendly contract. They're not tied to him for 4 more years or whatever. They can walk away after the 2027 season, hands-free, no hit on their cap or nothing, and be like, okay, we're good with you. Bye-bye.
What's up, Savage? Welcome in, man.
Well, here's the thing how I see it. Like, with Vegas being there, Mark is printing his own money, right?
Yeah.
So he can do the bonuses up front like all these other organizations could. He couldn't do that in Oakland. So here's the money up front. If it works, I think the writing was on the wall, maybe 2 seasons ago. Well, with Devontae and then with, the coaches that, he's the one who screamed for AP. He's the one who did that. That was on him. Oh, I'm leaving if you don't sign AP. Well, who are you? And then he says in that little thing, I only saw 15 minutes of it. I wasn't going to go any further than that because, dude, you just bullshit me. You're blowing smoke up my what, and I don't have time for that. He basically was saying, yeah, that was wrong in me. I shouldn't have just kind of keep my mouth shut and this and that. Well, you should have shut your mouth earlier than that, to be honest with you.
So where was he blowing smoke?
I am the great Cornholio.
Well, about him wanting, if he wasn't going to leave, he was going to leave if we didn't sign AP. Or I'm out of here, and when you hear stuff like that, okay, well, what is the reason behind that?
Whoever's on hold, just give us one moment.
But here, I'll let you guys go. I know you got other callers. Maybe I'll try calling a little bit later. But you guys have a nice night, and that's what I had to get off my chest.
Damn up. Whoever that was, call back. I'm sorry.
What's up, Raider Pete?
So we'll see you guys here shortly again.
Okay.
This show is going downhill real quick.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
All right, here we go. You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jason and Jeff. What's your name?
Hello?
Hello?
I'm on your show, right?
Yeah. You're on live with Jason and myself. Chat can hear you.
Okay. So I'm a very big Bills fan, and I'm wondering who we're going to draft this year and what are we going to do in this offseason?
So is this Matthew?
Yes.
Okay. What's up, man? I saw you in the chat. Yeah, you've called him before. I remember you calling before, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, they did just re-sign McGovern, I heard. That I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
You know what? I still say they need a wide receiver. I mean, they've got tight ends. They got the running game. Their offensive line's not bad. You got a quarterback. Maybe some defensive help. I mean, at least maybe in the secondary would be my take on what I've seen with Buffalo. DJ Moore's good, but man, he's not the answer. You know what I mean? I think you guys could easily take one of these wide receivers in this draft. I mean, there's some really good ones out there that are going to probably fall into your lap too.
Probably Makai Lemon might fall to us.
What pick do you guys have in the first round?
26.
I don't think Lemon's going that far.
You don't think so?
Nah. I'm just running a real quick mock draft right now. So you guys got number 26. Lemon went at number 15 to Tampa Bay. So, I mean, you've got at 26, if it happens, this is a possibility. Cooper's there, the kid from Indiana. He's the top rated off wide receiver at that point. That's on this list.
Either. But if Jacob Rodriguez is still there, I'll take him.
No, you won't. We're taking him at 12 or 14.
Jason said we're taking him at 12, so no, you won't. The funny thing is, this mock draft I just ran through real quick to get to your guys' pick. KC Concepcion from Texas A&M went to the Bears right before you at number 25. Because that would have been obviously the one if he was still there for you. But I honestly think that that's what you guys need. I mean, the system's saying you guys need an edge rusher and a wide receiver. I know wide receiver just from what I've seen with the Bills and what's on the field. You know, wide receiver would do you guys huge help to Josh Allen.
Yeah. But what pick did y'all get from the Maxx Crosby trade?
Say that again.
What pick did y'all get from the Maxx Crosby trade?
We got the number 14 this year and their first round next year, which obviously we won't know that is until the end of the season. So we've got number 1 and number 14 in the first round right now.
Y'all are probably going to take Sonny Styles, who right in front of the Cowboys. I live in Dallas, so.
I don't know if he's going to be there at 14.
Oh.
You think he's going to go way earlier than that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a top 5 guy now.
Yeah.
Easily.
He was a fringe top 10 until the combine.
I don't want Ruben Bain falling to the Chiefs at all.
I don't want Ruben Baines at all. I'm not scared of Ruben Baines going to the Chiefs. Not afraid of Ruben Baines.
In this quick mock draft I did, like I said, I picked the Bills, so I didn't take the Raiders. But the way this first 5 picks went in this draft were Mendoza, Bain, Tate, Reese, Jordan Tyson. Sonny Styles went number 10 to Baltimore. KC took Jeremiah Love.
Tyson going in front of Love is kind of crazy.
Yeah, hit or miss on anything on that one. I mean, again, in reality, you know, we'll have to wait and see what these teams do, but I don't see Styles making it out of the top 5. Not at all.
I don't think he goes past Tennessee. I think solid takes.
I'll tell you right now, if we weren't taking Mendoza, I'd be all over taking that kid Styles 100%. That would be my number 1 pick.
At 1.
Yeah, I would take him at 1.
That's a wild take.
I don't think so. I mean, we need a linebacker as bad as anything right now, you know, and it's definitely a toss up between him and Reese, but I would still take him based on what I saw. You know, he had such a great combine. The kid's athletic. I just like what I saw with this kid. I think he's got such an upside to him.
Could I say something for the chat real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Jason. He can't hear you. So.
Well, I know, but just so we're not talking over each other.
Okay, thank you for taking my call.
No problem, man. Make sure you call back next Friday night, though, too.
I will.
All right, man. I appreciate you being on here, though. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for calling. Make sure you hit that sub too on the way out.
I have. I've
awesome. Appreciate that.
All right. See you
later, brother. That kid's cool. I kind of like him.
Yeah.
He's called in a couple of times. I like that kid.
Sonny Styles at number 1 only because I think Reese is a better option at number 1. That's why
I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them.
Well, Reese could put his hand in there too. Reese, he can cover in the flat. He can put his hand in the dirt. He can He can Will. He's such a versatile. And Styles can do a lot of that too, but Styles is not gonna. He's not gonna line up against the left tackle and bull rush or do any type of physical rush against a tackle. Reese has got a little bit more power, a little bit more torque.
Tough
but
Savage.
Taking what the kid was talking about on the phone, and I kind of want to add a little bit to it, is I think we've all have gotten so used to, at the number one pick, it has to be a quarterback, or it has to be a left tackle, or it has to be an edge rusher, or it has to be an elite wide receiver to take at number one. Why do we tie us down at number one with a particular position? To me, it should be, what is the best player available that you think is the best player available? Not what everybody else thinks, but what you think.
What's up, Levi?
Because I think Caleb Downs should go number one. Because I would buy a Caleb Downs jersey in a hot minute.
Even if you left the team, it would still work for you because it's your last name. So
it would never fade. Would it?
Exactly. God damn it! When are we gonna get a LaFontaine in the NFL? What the fuck?
LaFontaine? Au contraire, mon frère.
There's no good Frenchmen that play football.
Yeah.
No, and I get that. It like everybody and their brothers got us taking Mendoza because everybody says that that's the most needy position that we have right now is quarterback.
No. Listen, it is.
You honestly think he's the number one overall consensus pick?
I think he's a top 5 pick.
Okay, so we agree that he's not the overall number one, regardless whether it's us picking number one.
What's the hardest position to draft in the NFL?
Long snapper.
Because you only have one on the field.
Okay.
As a quarterback.
Okay.
That's the hardest
position.
position.
Center on the field.
No, stop.
You only have one center on the field.
Stop. You can draft a guard that can play center.
I like Navman now. Stop.
Well, you're trying to. You can draft a guard that can play center. You can draft a center that can play guard. You can draft a tackle that can play guard. You can very seldomly can you draft a guard that plays tackle because it's a different physical makeup.
Yeah.
But when you go to defense, you can draft a corner that can play safety. You can draft a linebacker that can play safety, or safety that can play linebacker. So those are, you don't draft a quarterback to line them up as a wide receiver. It's the hardest position. It's the hardest position because it's the quarterback is the ignition. It's the distributor of the motor. When we're going to talk engines, right? You know what the distributor is in the back of the motor? Unless you drive a Ford, it's on the front. With all the spark plug wires. That's the quarterback.
And the rotator cap and distributor cap and all that. Yeah, I know. So real quick for James Freppa.
Raiders.
What's up, James?
And that's another thing too, is he'll be good in the red zone.
Why? Because he was good in the red zone in college?
Yeah.
Oh, was that because the defense was so damn good that when the offense got the ball at Indiana, they were so close to the red zone all the time?
Okay.
Which is why he always played with a short field, which is why he didn't have to throw the ball a lot, because they played with a short field and they ran the shit out of the ball.
They got punt returns and kick returns and But he did it. He was 34 touchdowns, 0 interceptions at 2 different schools.
So there's only one quarterback on the field, but you know what? There's only one football on the field too.
Well, who's responsible to get that football around the field?
The center, because without him, nothing happens. I got an answer for everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a spoiled brat, dude. I'm an only child, so I'm a prick.
I'm sure your
You're
mom
not gonna win a battle with me.
I'm sure your mom got tired of backhanding.
This is why Eric Bell hates me so much, because every time he brings something up to me, I got a counterpoint to it, and he hates it. It's fun though. It really is. I'm such an asshole. What's up, Nugget Overdose? What's going on, brother? Yeah, there you go. Place kicker. There's only one place kicker on the field, only one punter on the field, only one placeholder, only one long snapper. That's not a shared position.
Actually, you can teach tight ends to snap the ball, Ty Christensen.
Oh yeah, because that's such a common thing nowadays.
That's the way they used to do it.
You're going back to the 80s and 90s.
Until they made it a specialty position. That's the way they used to do it. They had usually it was like a tight end.
We're not talking about how they used to do it, dude. I'm going to block you myself right now.
But it's
center
always
is the most difficult position that has run and pass ability and can identify alignments to assist QB in audible effectiveness. And you're right. It is a very difficult position. Who else can we get rid of for the draft picks? Not Bowers or Genty. JPJ, in my opinion, so far, but who else? Oh, Jesus. James is getting attracted to these extra draft picks. I like this. James is ready to trade everybody away.
Michael Mayer.
He could. Don't tell Jack that, though. Jack will have a shit fit.
Michael Mayer's going into his 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
He's still a highly sought after talent, even though we haven't exploited his talents, or not exploited, but emphasized his talents enough. There's not a lot.
Was it a second round for him?
He was a second round pick for us.
Right. Okay. So not 5th yet then.
So
what's up, Thomas? Arm's a free agent. He's gone anyway. And I did hear rumors that we're not bringing him back. So thank God.
He can go sign with Cleveland.
He can sign with anybody. I don't give a shit where he goes. Just like I didn't give a shit where Maxx went. As long as wherever Maxx went, as long as we got the best bang for our buck on that, that's all I cared about. I didn't care if he went to a contender or not. I don't care if he went to the Cleveland Browns. I could give two shits where he went. I just want the maximum amount we can get for Maxx.
Nice play on words, Skipper.
You like that?
Mm-hmm. You almost act like you did that on purpose.
Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? Welcome in, brother.
What's going on, Chris?
Don't forget, guys, phone numbers. The phone lines are still open, 401-830-9189. Call. Give us your take. The banner that we have up right now, the question we asked is actually, this is the new question we're asking. Who's the new leader of the Raiders defense as of right now?
Adam Butler.
Because think about it. It's going to be, well, yeah, probably.
Adam Butler.
It's going to be someone that's on this current roster right now, or it's going to be a free agent that's going to come in, because it ain't going to be a rookie.
Adam Butler until duly relieved by a better player. And I'm not gonna lie. I think Adam Butler will probably play a little bit better. He's already pretty good. I think he's pretty good. But
you're only saying that because 805's in the chat. You don't want him to. You don't want him to go running out of here screaming. 805. He loves Butler.
Who's 805? I
don't know. Bob.
Is that it? I don't know. Is that an area code? Or is that a?
It is an area code.
Is it? I know it's a beer. It's a really good beer too.
Both. It's a beer and an area code in Vegas. So Raider Mike asks, if you had the choice between Dunker and Ilchinor to draft in the second round, who would you pick?
H&R.
Yeah, because I don't think he gets into the second round.
Who? Dunker?
No, Ilchinor.
Damn. even though H&R is a little bit more raw, you just look at his athleticism, his size, his strength, his feet. I mean, he's constantly moving. His back is he's never sloping forward. He's always upright. His hands are always in the right position. He still misses some of his jabs, some of his punches, but with practice and time, that'll get better. But just watch his feet, man. Good Lord, they're always moving. Even when he engages, they don't stop. They're just constant. You know?
Yeah. Well, this mock draft I was doing with the Bills, one thing, Matthew, if you're still in here, you know what's going to suck for you guys? You've got that 26th pick, and then you guys don't pick again till number 91. That is going to hurt big time. You just don't have you guys traded that away too. That's right. That is going to hurt you guys. But real quick, this is what because I didn't pick the Raiders. I picked Buffalo to give him some ideas. So they took Mendoza first, and with the 29th pick, they traded the number 14 away to the Texans, and they got in return pick number 28 and number 38. And then they traded away number 28 to Kansas City, got pick 29 and pick 147. So at 14, the Texans took Caleb Lomo. The Chiefs took Caden McDonald at number 28. At 29, we took at number 38, we took Chase Biznotis. And at 29, we took Caleb Banks. Number 36, which is our pick, we took Colton Hood in this. What did we do with the next one? Then we took Isaiah World at number 67. Damn.
We took Isaiah World at 67 coming off an ACL. That's crazy.
Yeah. Again, this is an automatic. It's an auto draft. So,
and that's a late. He hurt his ACL late in the season too. It wasn't. I don't know. I don't know about that.
That was 67. We took him. Number 67. That's high.
That's still two.
And then with 102, we took Jonah Coleman, the running back from Washington. Then number 124, we took Joshua Josephs, the edge from Tennessee. Jesus Christ, what did we take with this next one? You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jason and Jeff. State your name.
Yo, what's going on, Jeff? Jason's Steve from San Jose, California.
What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good. Just watching you guys right now.
Hey, what's up?
The question, I think the new leader, to me, in my opinion, probably going to be Jeremy Chin.
I don't think Jeremy Chin has leadership qualities, though. That's just it.
Christian Protect the Shield said either a Landon or Devin White.
We'd have to retain one of those.
Do we still have Jeremy Chin, or did we just get him on a 1 year or 2 year?
No, he's on a 2 year.
He's a 2 year. Well, Chris said that if they get re-signed, it would be either one of those two. Yeah, I could kind of get that. I right now, I mean, I have to agree with Jason that right now I would have to say it's probably Butler.
Because you've been there the longest?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only reason, to be honest with you. I mean, right now, it definitely ain't going to be Tyree. You know, it's not Snowden. You know, it's not going to be Kuntz if we bring him back. It's definitely none of the secondary guys, you know, like Palomau or Kai Blue Kelly. I mean, Chin might be, you know, but that's why I said I don't think that true leader is on this team yet. Whether it was probably going to be through free agency that it's going to be like a guy like Devin Lloyd coming in here if we were able to pull that off and get him here. You know, he's your guy. He's going to probably be a green dot guy too, more than likely. You know, or what's his name from Chicago? Edmonds that just got let go.
I don't think he's much of a leader. He was a captain, but I don't know. I still lean on Butler until further notice because he's the lunch pail guy. He's the guy that brings his lunch pail to work every day, does his thing.
Yeah.
And then also on your first question, what was it? Who won the trade? Or
yeah,
what was the
who do you think won that trade? Was it us or Baltimore?
I mean, obviously as a Raider fan, you'd have to go, with us, but I think it's still too soon to call it. I would love to say us, but then again, it's like who are we gonna get in the draft? Like what player are we leaning towards? Are we leaning towards a wide receiver? Are we leaning towards someone to replace Maxx? Linebacker, secondary. So I believe it just depends on that.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I had said too. Is for us to sit here and say we won that trade right now, I can't say that because we're still a year away from knowing how good this trade really is, because we won't really know until what we do with that pick in the 2027 draft. And even at that, we won't really know until the end of the 2027 season on the player that we get with that pick, how good they were. So technically right now, Baltimore won that because, like I said, they already know what they're getting. They're getting Maxx. They know what his abilities are. They know the player that they're getting. We have no clue what we're getting. We could turn that number 14 and trade it away and for a player now to another team, or we could trade it for more picks. There's so much that we can do with it.
There's tons. Yeah, there's a lot of options.
Jason. Jason's disgusted.
Could you wait a week or two before you want to trade that damn pick?
I'm just saying.
Just relax. We want to add 24 hours. You're already wanting to trade it.
No, I said we could. You don't know what we're going to do with that number 14. So the jury's still completely out on whether we won that trade or not. Fuck you, Jason. You just wanted me to say that tonight. You've been waiting for me to say that too.
I'm sitting here going, we've only had that pick for 24 hours and he's already talking about trading back. I'm like, God.
Dude, it wasn't even 2 hours after he got traded and I was already trading that pick away.
You're already wanting to trade next year's first round pick.
I did.
We ain't even got it yet.
I got us up to the first and the fifth pick in the first round this year.
One of these days we're gonna have five. We're gonna have 5 first round picks, and Jeff's gonna go, we ain't got enough second round picks. Let's trade back.
Yeah. We're gonna have pick number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'll still believe that's not enough.
Yeah.
We need more.
Yeah.
Hey, 805's on board because he said it last night, and he said it on Thursday night show with Nate and I that he's a big fan of building through the draft. So, yeah. And the only way you're going to do that is more draft capital. Right now, we got 11 picks.
No. The only way you do that is you hit your draft picks.
No, but you got to also have the capital to do it too.
Okay,
if you only have one draft pick in the first round, and then your next pick isn't until round 3 or 4, like Buffalo, for instance. They have the number 20-something pick, and then they don't pick again until 91. That's a huge gap, man.
We get
That's a 70 pick difference.
John Gruden and Mike Mayock had 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, and the 2 of them were idiots. So neither one of them could just. And I thought for sure when we had Mayock here that we'd be in a good spot come the draft because he's such a good.
He was a yes man.
Oh God, he was horrible.
John Gruden would go to him and he'd say, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. We got a caller on the phone, right? On the line. So stop talking.
Yeah, but it's who do we have on the line again?
It's Steve.
Steve from San Jose.
I'm still watching you guys on YouTube. It's all good.
All right. Oh, you're looking at this goofball over here.
Well, no, I think he can hear me on YouTube talking. So
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, if he's watching, then yeah, I can.
Which is cool because now we can communicate.
No, but just wanted to call and let my voice be known. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
You calling in, man.
Steve, you had a great take.
Yeah, I'll go back to checking you guys out on YouTube. Thank you.
All right, man. Feel free to call in anytime during the, on Friday night, Saturday night, whatever, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you got my message, but I always come like late when you guys are coming, like getting off because I'm either off of work or I just got done with the gym. But yeah, I try to catch you when I can.
No problem, man. I appreciate you calling in, though. That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right, go back to seeing you guys. Appreciate it.
Take care, man. Thanks. Randy N's in the house. What's up, Randy? What are the Raiders going to pick in the draft of 2027? They lost Maxx Crosby. Well, we got to pick in 2026 first. 2027, who knows?
Yeah.
We're getting Mendoza. Death, taxes, and Mendoza guaranteed. How funny is this going to be if we end up trading that number one away? Everybody that's so up on Mendoza. You want to talk about, you think Raider Nation snapped because we traded Maxx away? Because there's so many people that want Mendoza. If we trade that number one pick away and we don't end up with Mendoza, oh my God. Like Severe said it best the other night. Because there's going to be a group of us that are going to be running for our lives that night if that actually happens at the draft, because 805 doesn't want him. Chris doesn't want him. Severe doesn't want him. I don't want him. The four of us are going to be together. And we're going to be like, it's going to be like a scene from the Warriors movie where we're trying to get out of Pittsburgh alive as everybody else in Raider Nation's chasing us down, trying to hunt us as we're trying to get out.
Well, I always said have a plan. Have a plan.
I've got an escape path. That's the first thing I'm going to be.
No, I'm not talking about you. I don't care about you. You just, ain't nobody gonna hurt you. You're too ugly. No, if we're gonna trade back, I'm not opposed to trading back. You know that, right? I'm not opposed to trading back.
That's the first I've heard you say it.
Oh my God. You're gonna make me go back on our other shows where I'm gonna say the exact same thing.
What other shows? This is the fourth show we've done on a Saturday night.
No, we did live shows. We did.
Those don't count.
They're memorialized.
Oh, okay.
They're not going anywhere. Watch, Jeff's going to go and try and delete them off of YouTube before I get to them.
I didn't see nothing.
Because a lot of times, I mean, you do that. A lot of times I'll say stuff, and it's like, I don't remember you said that.
Oh.
It's like, well, I do, and it's on YouTube, so we can go back and find it. But
I got a memory issue, so
that's right. Yeah, you forgot to wear your CBAs when you were putting out fires. You were inhaling too much smoke.
It's affected my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not opposed to trading back, and this is why. If Spytek and Kubiak go into
that's good, Matthew.
Go into this evaluation process before we go into the draft, when they go into lockdown mode and set their board, and they say, hey, we like Mendoza and we feel we can win with Mendoza, but because 401 Raider Jeff gave us a call and told us that we need to fill more holes, we're going to go ahead and take that theory.
You ain't going to listen to me.
I know. I'm trying to give you credit, but no, but if they have a plan, and that plan is to create and build from within, but my take on it is have a plan. Don't assume next year you're going to be able to get a quarterback. Just don't you better have it in your thick skull right now that we're not going to get a quarterback next year unless we're lucky. Okay? But we're going to build this team from within.
I can picture him sitting there going, did I just hear Jason wants to trade back? Lock it up.
I'm not saying that, people. I'm not saying that I want to. I'm just saying I'm not. Well, first and foremost, I'm going to be a Raider fan 10 years down the road, even if Spytek isn't here. So at that point, it don't.
Got
really
to be
matter.
kidding me.
Are you done? Now I know why your mom slapped you all the time. No, I'm not saying that we should trade back, but if they do, and the plan is evident, we as Raider fans have been around long enough.
I like where you're going with that. Can you?
I'm starting to think our old partner is in the building right now.
All right, I'll be good. My hands will be right here. I'll do a Mendoza.
So if we trade back, let's say we trade back to number 2, which is to me, that's the only trade back I would do. Is to 2. 3 is iffy, but 2 with the Jets, because the Jets have enough to give us this year and next year to make it worthwhile. They do. But if our only trade back partner, say Arizona or who's at number 4? See, I don't see Tennessee coming up unless they really
who's on
get
first?
I don't see. But anyways, to be quite honest with you, the Jets is the only trade back partner I would get. And I would be super excited if we did and we got 2 firsts this year and 2 firsts next year. That would be with the extra first, with the 2 first round picks we got from Maxx Crosby. Now, at that point, there's no excuse why you can't build a winner. You're going to have 6 first round picks and ways to move around the board like you wouldn't believe to get whoever you want.
So does that mean that you're starting to come over to the dark side?
Nope, I will never join your side. No,
you're a little bit more open to not taking Mendoza and offer that pick to the Jets in return for a haul.
No. See, here's the deal. When I go to cast my vote, I am still Republican. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, but I'm not opposed. You know what? It's Mendoza, or I'm changing. I'm just going to become a Baltimore Ravens fan. Then I guess I don't know.
You're going to become a what?
We don't draft Mendoza.
You quitting Raider Nation?
Shit.
I'm fucking out of here.
That would require a blood transfusion.
What's up, Raider Night? What's going on, man?
What's going on, Raider Night?
See, he heard it again. He heard you offer up another trade back.
He's trying to lock me into a confession. It ain't happening, bro. I'm not confessing to nothing. We're taking Mendoza. That's the right pick.
He's not Mendoza. He ain't sitting. The coach knows he's spawning to pull it off. I don't know, man. I really don't see him starting right away. I would be shocked. He would have to blow the doors off everybody in preseason and in training camp. It
has to be absolute in the preseason.
The fact that you're talking about trading first overall pick is wild. I've been on that kick since we acquired the number 1. Since we finished dead last and the number 1 was ours, I'd be like, yep, trade it away.
And really, in honesty, the only reason I'm really saying that 805 is because I just don't want Jeff to have a coronary at the draft when we take Mendoza.
No, I'm not gonna have a coronary.
Watch.
The only way I'm gonna have that is if I jump up on the stage.
What's the farthest you've thrown your hat so far in your life? What's your record? What's your personal record in hat throwing?
Well, I've only really thrown it once, and that was last year when we drafted Genty.
All right, well, double that this year.
It's going to depend on how
you're going to throw your hat. You might as well just to be honest.
This is what I'm wearing draft day. I'm wearing this one.
Mm-hmm.
So this won't go that far. This one's kind of light.
Yeah.
So that's part of my standout costume. Not costume.
I would throw your hat, take your shirt off,
Oh, good God, no, man! I get arrested for indecent exposure. You
No,
shitting
you
me?
won't. No, you
Yeah,
won't.
I will. Man titties hanging out everywhere. No way, man.
They
Ain't
just
doing
take you
that.
back to the zoo. You'll be fine.
Oh, now I'm a fucking farm animal. You motherfucker. Some bitch. You just called me a hippo.
I didn't. What? No.
I ain't watching no radio games if we don't draft Mendoza. I'm watching every Ravens game. Raven Nation for life. Is that what the RN4L is now?
Hey, I like somebody up previously in the chat. I don't know who it was, but I'm going to give you credit. We got a new word in Raider Nation. It's called flock off.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Flock off.
Curious who we pick up in free agency for the veteran QB. Yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be the most interesting free agent move, to be honest with you.
And
because we're going to do something. We can't go into the season with just AOC 12 and no other quarterback on this roster. You know.
If we were to make a trade, not sign a free agent quarterback, but make a trade for a veteran quarterback, who would you see us wanting to trade with to get a veteran quarterback?
Who I want to see us trade with, or who I really want?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to trade for a quarterback, I'm giving up that 14 overall, and I'm calling up Cincinnati.
It'd take more than just one first round.
Well, I'm still calling. Well, I'll give them Baltimore's next year too. I'm calling up Cincinnati, and then I'm not taking Mendoza #1.
Nope.
And I'm trading with the Jets and getting what I can with them, because now we're going to bring Burrow in here. We address the offensive line, get him the protection that he deserves as a superstar quarterback, but hasn't had the last few years. Okay. And I'm trading with the Jets. I'm getting what I can for them. I'm trading with the Jets first is what I'm doing. And then I make the move for Burrow. Because you don't want it. Because if you make the move for Burrow, they know you're not taking Mendoza. And they ain't going to make the trade. I was just
going to say the same thing. Don't show your hand. Don't make the call.
So you got to show the only way you're showing your hand first is you're talking to the Jets saying, "Hey, you want the #1?" And then
no, you don't call them. You let them call you.
Yeah, but then you got to wait even longer to get Burrow.
Or I'll digress just a little bit. Let's say the Cardinals call you and give you a nice sweet package, right? This year's their #3, their second, their third, and next year's first for our #1, right? So that's 2 #1s, one this year, one next year, to add to what we already got. So that'll be 3 #1s next year, right? And I'm pretty sure Arizona's probably not going to be all that good next year. So there's a good chance their loss record is going to put you in that sweepstakes, that sweet spot for one of those apparently really good quarterbacks that are coming out next year. Okay. And maybe put you in that position, and then so be it. You can get your quarterback next year, right? So that could happen. But if they offer you that, then you turn around and you call the Jets and say, "Hey, Arizona's just offered us 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3. What do you got?" And then Jets can go, "We'll give you 3 1s and 2 2s." All right.
Either way, we're moving out of that. And then we're taking Burrow. Because it gives us more capital to trade with.
If you can get Burrow. But I truly think
after you make the trade with whoever, whether it's the Jets or Arizona, you're gonna have enough where you can get Burrow. And it ain't gonna matter because you didn't have those picks beforehand anyway. And now you're getting that quarterback that you know what you're getting with him. You know this guy can play.
So you've already had conversations for him. So you've already had conversations with Cincinnati of what would it take to get Joe Burrow off your hands. And if they said, "Give us 3 3s and 3 2s, and we'll give you Joe Burrow," then you go out, you go shopping.
3 third-rounders and 3
firsts and 3 seconds for Joe Burrow.
You said 3 3s and 3 2s.
Did I say 3 3s? Okay. If I did, I misspoke. 3 1s and 3 2s.
I'm negotiating with them. I'll give you the 3 1s, but I'm not giving you 3 2s. You're getting 3 first-round picks, 2 in 1 year. Come on. And this is where you got to tell them, well, you're talking about trading a guy that's, he's had injury issues, even though we don't give a shit about the injury issues, because we're going to work on building that lineup so he's not injured as much. So he's not taking a beating back there, because we are going to protect the living shit out of that investment.
I don't care who we draft number 1.
So who's our best?
The line's got to be fixed.
Oh yeah, definitely. It has to be.
You got Genty. You got to provide for Genty too. So there's not just one player. There's 2 players.
No.
And
Brock
Bowers
provides for the fragile one. That's the thing. And Burrow's the fragile guy out of the 2. So Fidel says, who's the best player in the draft besides Fernando? Anybody but him.
That is such a lame answer.
No, if you ask Jason, he'll say Downs. He'll say Caleb Downs.
I think Caleb Downs to me is just that guy. He's that guy you put in this. He's already an all-pro level coming into the NFL. Just with his skill set, his football acumen, the way he plays the game, he's all-pro ready. The only knock on him, he's a tackling machine. Don't get me wrong. You'll see him come downhill and make tackles. But, man, at his size, how much can he – I mean, he's a little bit smaller than Charles Woodson, but he plays a lot like Charles Woodson at safety. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Thanks, Rorschach. Appreciate that. I don't think the Ravens are going to win a Super Bowl.
No.
Nope.
No, they're gonna have Lamar Jackson issues here coming up real soon. When training camp comes around, you watch. There's going to be a lot of whispering, and because that cat, he marches to the beat of a different drum, and that's some of their biggest problem.
This is a good question from Bueno. Which team with a new head coach do you see flopping?
Miami.
Who did they hire again?
I don't know, but they're getting rid of everybody.
I don't think LaFleur will let that happen in Arizona, because I think players will maybe go with him. I still want to see Baltimore. I just don't see Baltimore being good. I'm sorry. I might be a little biased because I want the best number 1 that we could get from the 2027 season.
Oh, we're going to be rooting for that next year. Trust me.
Yeah. Every time they lose, we're going to be like, yeah. Keeping track of where they're going to end up.
Yeah.
That's going to be a weekly tracker. I know I'm going to keep track of that.
Right, actually, so I want him to go into tank mode.
Yeah, seriously.
Be like a double dipper. Piss Max off.
It's going to help them. It's going to help us.
Yeah. Piss Max off because you're tanking, and then you get us a better draft pick. Yeah. I'll take it.
Oh, I definitely don't want Lamar. Hell
no. Don't want Lamar.
This is the first time since we got a pick for Cooper. Yeah. Mendoza, then trade down. Let's load up on second and third rounds. There are a lot of good players that are going to be in that second, third round range. I remember so they were talking about Downs being a real leader of men. If he's really like that, that like a Ray Lewis type of leader, then we need to consider taking him.
Now that we got the 14th pick, that 37th pick allows us to slide back a little bit and pick up some extra third rounders too.
Let's see how.
So remember, that 14th pick is house money, right? It's money you didn't have when you walked into the casino. It's what you won. Now you can go play that, and do, move back, move up, maybe, move up. Let's for once in our freaking lifetime move up in front of the Chiefs and take somebody that they freaking want. What do you say, Raider Nation? Huh?
Then that means we're taking another running back.
No. Well, I mean, that. Okay, you're talking Jordan Love, right?
Yeah, I would put money on that's who they're eyeing, because there's a good chance he's there when they pick. And we can't do that. We did that. That's a wasted pick. Even though I think he's probably better, but I think that would be a wasted pick. And we have so many other needs.
I do think he's better.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has. Well, he ran a 4.36
and that's the last team I want to get him is the Chiefs.
And he looks
the Broncos aren't going to be looking for. Yeah, the Chargers aren't going to be looking for a running back. They just grabbed one last year. But would they take Hampton was injury prone last year. He was in and out of most of the season. Denver, they're too high up. They're not going to get a shot at him.
But if we moved up to 8, I think Caleb Downs is there at 8. I think he's there at 8.
Caleb?
Yeah.
I see the Chiefs making a move.
And he would help out Porter so much.
See, I really think the Chiefs are going to try and bring back. I wouldn't be surprised if Tyreek goes back for a 1-year deal.
You know what?
The big question. I'll tell you what, though. In all honesty, the big question with the Chiefs is at what point of the season are they going to finally get Mahomes back?
He should be ready by week 1.
Yeah, is he healed enough after a major knee reconstruction?
But Tyreek Hill's knee is 5 times worse than what Mahomes is.
Did he blow it out at the end of the season?
Did you see it?
I must have missed it. I didn't know he did.
The thigh was north and south, and the lower leg was east and west.
Oh, they're not going to take him. I didn't know he had that.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
His toes were pointing back. His toes were pointing back. It was just as bad as Napoleon McCallum's knee on that Monday night against San Francisco.
That was bad. I watched that live. I saw that live when that happened. That was nasty. Yep. That was by far the worst I had ever seen on a leg injury in the game.
You ever get a chance, Google Tyreek Hill knee injury, just look at the photo and you'll go, oh, no, he's not going to be the same. He is not going to be the same Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I agree with Michael Guerrero. I think they should take me with the 14th pick. That'll solve a lot of problems on the right side of that offensive line.
Well, here's the problem. That's that situation where we drafted the wrong oh God. What the hell was the guy's last name?
Byron Young.
Young. We drafted the wrong Young. The Raiders will draft the wrong Downs. They'll draft a Jason Downs instead of Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
He's a one-legged cheetah.
Yeah. And then instead of Fernando, we're going to take I'm Not Mendoza. I think I'm Not Mendoza would be a great quarterback.
Yeah, he can use his refrigerator to be his lead blocker too. How does Peyton get away with saying he wouldn't have drafted Nix if he would have known about his injury history? If it was a Raiders head coach, he would be crucified. Why? How's that a bad thing? Coach can say that. I don't know why.
You don't tell the player that though.
So get over it.
Huh?
Get over it.
Well, okay.
How did they not know about it? How did he not know about it, though?
Well, that's just it. Apparently, you didn't do your due diligence when you were doing.
Yeah, so that's on the coach. So let him say that statement. Then everybody be like, "Well, you're the idiot that didn't vet him properly."
I agree with you right there. right there.
You didn't do enough of your own
Preach.
homework on the guy.
Amen.
You know? So you want to put that statement out there, that's fine. You can put that statement out there. We don't care. But that just shows how much of an idiot you are.
Yeah.
Because that just shows that you didn't do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't know you were being investigated for 25 massage parlor incidents. Hey, boss man, we've got 47 right now watching us. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So to all 47 that are watching us, 50, whether you're on YouTube, X, whatever, hit those likes, subscribe buttons, subscribe to our channels.
Smash the thumbs with a hammer.
I'm at 190 now. So
nice.
Yeah. I've just got I figure another 5 more years I should hit 500. I know a lot of people don't like me. But that's all right. Long as my wife likes me.
Well, how much longer do you want to stay on for?
As long as you want.
It's daylight savings time tonight, so we gain an hour. No, we fall back an hour. No, we spring ahead.
Yeah, you lose an hour.
Or we lose an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Spring, fall.
You ain't got to go to work tomorrow. What does it matter?
I don't give a shit.
So
what time is it really right now? Is it really 12?
Well, you don't change your clock till 1 o'clock. Or yeah, 1 or
so
2
1 o'clock will be 1 o'clock will become 2 o'clock.
Something like that.
It's 2. I'll tell you what, when I used to work as a bouncer, I hated when we used to have to change the clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not so much on this one. It was the one in the fall when we.
Because they got an extra hour at the bar.
They got an extra hour to be drunken assholes.
Mm-hmm.
And that also, because we were open till 2 o'clock. And that also means now we're there really until 3 o'clock. So we're there even longer on those nights. And then we still have to clean up. I wouldn't get home until almost 5 in the morning. And then that was it. My day was shot. You know? Stop.
Yeah.
Fucking
Cool Kevin
it.
says it changes it too. Oh, Stevie from San Jose that was on the phone has got a question for me. It's not the bottom. We'll get to it in a minute.
Oh, Rorschach, you weren't subbed to Jason's channel before? Oh, that's just dirty. Damn.
Rorschach.
Modern players only play for pretty pitches. Okay. Belichick is a great coach, but nobody wants to play for him nowadays. True. I trade Not Bueno for some Taco Bell coupons. He's got a 5-layer burrito for you. He's keeping it warm in his pants.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 Eastern. All right, so we get another hour and 40 minutes then before it switches. Jason, how long you been a Raiders fan? And what made you become a Raiders fan? I already heard from Jeff why he's a fan.
Well, it's real simple. My dad was a Raider fan. He was a he loved Daryl LaMonica, Jim Otto. Growing up in the 60s, where we're from, the Raiders were on TV even during the AFL time. And so he really grew to like the Raiders. He couldn't stand the 49ers for some reason, but he really loved the Raiders. And when I was born, obviously it carried over from him to me. And by the time I was 6 years old, it was fully ingrained with me, including like this poster that's right above my desk here that my dad bought me in 1979 that I got it framed.
Which you're pointing to and we can't see, but okay.
That's why I'm saying it's right above the monitor that you can't see. It's right here.
I love busting your balls. This is so much fun. Oh, we're going for a tour. Oh, look at that
poster right there. I got in 1979 at an auto parts store my dad bought for me.
He's so mad.
So I'm not mad. Why would I be mad? And then it just it just it just carried on and it just continued. I've always had, in my clothing has always had Raiders, always wore silver and black. I was a season ticket holder for 9 years in Oakland. Just like Raiders day in and day out. I don't think I've ever gone a day without talking about the Raiders or reading up on the Raiders, listening to Raiders radio or any of that. It's an everyday thing. And or as my wife likes to say, I knew you were a Raider fan, but God, I didn't think it was this bad.
She had no idea.
She had no idea.
See, you were born into it, which is, I guess, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
My whole family was. My dad was a Patriots fan. Everyone around us was a Patriots fan. I didn't really get into football until like 74, 75. And it was just started watching it, and playoffs came, and Raiders were on TV. So I was like, who are these guys? I'd never seen them before because they're not usually on TV out here on the East Coast back in the 70s. So, back then we had 3 channels to choose from. Games were on either one of 2 channels.
Nah.
And when playoff time came, they were on TV everywhere in the country. So, I got to see them, and that's where I kind of grew to like them and was just fell in love with the team. Didn't hurt that the second year I really was a fan was when we won that Super Bowl in the 70s. So that helped.
And my mom and dad had fights over my dad watching football on Sundays. And then when I got married, I just told my wife, I said, sorry, you're not, if football's on Sunday, there's nothing you can do about it. So find something else to do. But guess what my daughter did?
What's up, Madman?
My
now
daughter,
back to you, what's up, brother? Good.
My daughter scheduled her wedding on October 18th, which is a Sunday.
You didn't teach her very well, did you?
So I got my
fingers better hope crossed. That's our bye week.
Yeah, I got my fingers crossed when the schedule comes out. Fortunately, though, if it's because the wedding isn't till 5 o'clock, we don't have to be there till like 3. So if it's a morning game, I'll still be able to watch it uninterrupted.
Well, it's funny that you say that because when my kids were still growing up, we'll get to your question in a second, Linebacker. You. When my kids were growing up, the family always knew not to do shit on Sundays. It was football's first. So like dance recitals, unfortunately, those we couldn't get out of. But any family planning stuff was always done on a Saturday, or it had to wait till the season was over, or the bye week.
Yep.
But now what's happened is now my grandkids are getting older. So my granddaughter, who's now just turned 6 in January, she had a dance recital thing Saturday, but my wife and my daughter went, and my daughter-in-law, the mother of the granddaughter, they went to it instead. But it's like now I'm like, shit, man, that's gonna start up now, recitals for my granddaughter. So now I'm gonna have to watch when these other ones are going forward in the future. If they're gonna be on Sundays or not.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
I did that for so many years with my daughter with those dance recitals. They're so damn long. And they're only like in 2 dances, and the damn thing's like 6 hours long, take up the whole afternoon. It's like I can't sit through those again. So long. So Linebacker U wants to know who your favorite Raider is.
That would be Howie Long. And the reason why Howie Long is because his the biggest cut of his career was from when I was in.
No problem, man. I think it could be in here.
3rd grade till my senior year in high school. Speaking of wives, look who just showed up.
Hi there.
Hi. How you doing?
I won the raffle.
Good. You won something.
I won 2, actually. This is one of them.
Right on. Did you want a free trip somewhere?
No.
Oh.
She won tickets to Disneyland.
Cards.
She just got back from Disneyland last
I know.
Wednesday.
She just won tickets to go there again.
Yeah. No, we just. They want to know if you want tickets to Disneyland.
No. But they have a pass right now. 3-day pass for $250.
Uh-oh. Cool Cat says, Mrs. Downs, salute. Here, I'm not. Well, JD and Jeff, what position you want to draft with the new 14th pick? So, Jeff, I'll let you roll with it. Let me see what you're doing.
Sorry.
Jeff, please read out loud. I'm not bueno. You need to update your refrigerator because your jokes. I mean, your fridge makes jokes. Are lame. That wasn't even funny. That was a bad one.
I don't know what they are, but
seeing the Raiders and Warriors on the East Coast was like Christmas. Yeah, right. I'll leave my fridge out of this. What's up, Tim? Watch Baltimore shit the bed and Raiders get a top 10 pick next year. I hope so. I think we're all hoping for that one.
Oh, so this is what my wife won in the raffle. She won there's trading cards. She got 3 trading cards in a raffle.
Mm-hmm.
And Luka Doncic is one of them, which that's basketball. Mm-hmm. But this looks like a 1990 Pro Set Joe Montana. Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ultimate Warrior trading card.
Oh, damn.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. The Montana one's pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw it and I thought, that'd be nice.
Yep. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome, honey.
I'll let you come home since you won. So don't come home unless you win a raffle.
Cool, Kev. Jason requested a big screen at the reception, open bar, and football. Oh man, what should be like a premier game too, like a rivalry game, like against the Broncos or the Chargers or the Chiefs
on Sunday night.
God damn it!
Yeah.
I have an idea. Disown her, that way you don't have to go to the wedding. Jesus Christ!
That's my baby girl, man. I ain't doing that.
Yeah. So linebacker wants to know: is that a Howie jersey or Chris Cooper?
This is Howie Long here, and then there's 2 Howie Longs hanging up on the wall back there.
Later, Matthew. Thanks for popping in tonight, man. I appreciate it.
And then I have another one hanging up in my closet in the bedroom.
All right. So Raider Pete asked JD and Jeff, what position do you want to draft with this new 14th pick?
That one gives us a little bit of leeway, man. I'm telling you,
we could go any direction with that one.
We can go position. We can go skill position with that pick. I don't see any cornerbacks, like real true blue-blooded cornerbacks at 14, but wide receiver is kind of intriguing there. The scary part about Messidor is, and you know I love Akeem Messidor, right? I actually like him more than Bain. I think he's more. I think he's a better player than Bain. The scary part is he's going to be 25, which is what, only 3 years younger than Max.
Yeah,
that's insane. It's like, dude, you gotta, you retired.
My answer. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's like these guys are going to be retiring from the NCAA instead of pro football.
Right. Messidor's going to be 25.
Yeah.
Coming out.
He's going to be 25.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
My answer on this one is ask me again after free agency. Because right now, anything's wide open for that number 14. At that point, number 14, best player available, unless we have an extreme need at number 14 and that player is available. Other than that, I would have to wait until after free agency because I need to know what we picked up in free agency. That will affect how the rest of the draft goes after the Mendoza pick. Seriously.
Are you as stressed out now?
No, I'm not. If we
even though it's only one pick, it can make that much of a difference.
There's so many different ways we can go with that. We at 14, we could take pretty much any position at that point. Whatever is the weakest position we have after free agency, that's what we need to address it with. Seriously. Other than going for a center that early, because that's a little too soon to grab one.
Unless it's a tight end or a running back, it's whoever's the best player that falls that pick. Unless it's a tight end or running back.
So they got some questions here. Mm-hmm. So LV10 said, wait. I know what he's going to ask. Never pay for a year-long pass if they make you wait until you never go back. He said 3 days for how much was it? For Disneyland, Nate. That's what she was talking about, right?
Mm.
When she walked in.
She buys she gets the $1,100 yearly pass, and they go about 4 times a year, and they spend 3 days a piece down there, 4 times a year. See, my wife grew up off of Harbor Boulevard in Santa Ana, and so to her, Disney has always been a part of her life. Just like the Raiders are my life, that Disney is that to her, because her grandmother lived right off of Harbor Boulevard in Santa Ana, and they would go down there in the summer and spend 3 or 4 weeks at grandma's, and they would get a bus pass, haul them over. There'd be like 4 or 5 of them that would go, because all the girls would go and stay. All the girls would go stay with grandma while all the boys had to go work out in the field when school got out. So it would be her 2 sisters, and then a cousin or 2 would be staying at grandma's for 3 or 4 weeks during the summer, and they'd all get their bus pass in the morning and hop on the bus, and 5 minutes up the road to Disneyland, and they'd spend all day there. So,
Now don't even get me started with trading out of that 14th pick, because the scenarios have been running through my head since the scenarios have been running through my head since we found out what picks we were getting from Baltimore. I've been doing mock drafts, trading things away, moving things around to see what we could get. And you weren't here earlier. What I did in one of them was I traded this year's first round pick of Baltimore's and next year's, combined them together, and I was able to move us back to number 5. So we had the 1st and the 5th overall pick. So that's the closest back into the top 5 I could get, was hitting number 5. I tried it with each team: the Jets, the Browns, who's the other one? Tennessee in there, right? I tried with all of them. The Giants were the first team that accepted it. It was just straight up. I gave them those 2 first-round picks for their number 5. Oh, we got a phone call coming in.
That man coming in.
You're on Raider Nation Voices with Jason and Jeff. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
Hold on. I'm trying to hold on.
You just got to mute the YouTube.
I can't even see who's calling in. I already knew who was calling in.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna too.
God damn it.
What's up, Bill? I'm
trying to. Oh wait. Oh, I see. Hold on.
And he's an electrical engineer. Can't figure out control.
All right. So hey, here's the big thing.
That's me.
So, I saw the rush, and Max trying to make this heartfelt, I think I'm going to cry type thing on his own freaking podcast.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Here's the deal. That 14th pick, what you can do with that is monumental.
Oh, God, yeah. Options are endless.
Yes. But the thing about it is free agency is still here.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can be even more monumental, with the draft. You can actually take some swings at some stuff. As long as you get the right stuff going on that defense. The offensive line, I'm not really that concerned with because we didn't see Grant, Rogers. We haven't seen these dudes with valuable reps.
Yep.
So, I got to be honest with you. Next year is a throwaway year. We're not doing.
I've been saying the same thing. I agree 100%.
I wouldn't call it a throwaway year.
I think this is a year where it's going to be like an entire preseason. The entire.
Yeah, my expectations are not high, and it's almost like I'm giving the coaching staff and the team overall a pass. Like I don't care if we only win 1 or 2 games, you know.
Absolutely.
You gotta let the momentum within the team itself, you know, the continuity, the camaraderie, you know, just the way the team gels with each other and the product that gets put on the field that shows that they're making effort to move forward, basically. You know, after year 1, shit should start turning around.
Fully agree. So I actually said this live. I said, once Maxx was traded, I said, we are actually, by definition, rebuild. If you trade Maxx, that's a rebuild, not a reset. I was worried about Band-Aids being put on stuff.
Yeah.
But then once that happened, it was a full confirmation that it's a rebuild. It's a full-out rebuild.
This is a teardown. It's a teardown rebuild.
Yeah. Nobody's face that isn't under a rookie contract. It's that simple.
I could agree with that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So anyway, hey, just wanted to holler at you guys.
Thanks, brother.
Give you a holler. And hey, no ill intent, Jeff. I know my live show. We were drinking a lot. So,
no, really?
It was yeah, but I will tell you, Downs. I have a 3-day pass for you. I have a 3-day pass for you, bro. Just saying.
I don't even know where he's going with that.
You don't have to go. You don't have to raffle on that one. All right, off we go, man. Good.
All right,
good
thanks,
to talk
brother.
to you.
Take care.
All right, man.
All right, bye. He says, "What's up, Jeff? How?" I was wondering if you were pumped as I am with the way our GM and coaching staff are moving this offseason, like competent, responsible, competitive teams do. Yeah, I am. So far, I think this was the biggest thing, was finally getting over that whole Maxx drama stuff. I think that was a big one to get over. You know, someone finally pulled the plug on this to do this, and I think we got good value in return. Could we have gotten better? Yeah, possibly. Who knows? But I'm happy with it. You can't be too greedy because you'll turn teams off. And the last thing you want to do is ask for too much, and then they just step away from the table and go, yeah, screw it, we're not doing it. You know? So, I mean, and if they would have said no, then all right, Maxx is here for a couple more years at least. No big deal. You know, do what we can with what we got. But I love having that extra pick down this round. I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh, jeez. You crack me up sometimes.
I agree too. So everything starts in the trenches, man. I can't watch all the Peaky Blinders episodes, aka Brady's culture bullying content. I'd rather build around Doctor Strange.
Nice.
Peaky Blinders was a good series, though. I didn't get into it until last year. I finally started watch. I started after like the second episode. First episode was rough, but after a while, I was like, "Damn!" I just binge watched it after that.
You do have a super chat.
You do?
Predator.
My guy Anthony, Predator's in the house. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man? People act like we never traded in anybody, right? Right? Well, I mean, when it's Maxx Crosby and he's been such a cornerstone of this team. I mean, I get it. You know, he's been the one standard year in and year out. Did his stats show it? Sometimes, but sometimes no. You know, everybody took his stats that he would put out there. As, you know, they took it a certain way. You know, some thought it was the best thing on earth, and sometimes, like I would say, is yeah, it's great. He gets all these pressures, but man, turn it into sacks. You know, because you get those pressures. Like perfect example, guys like Mahomes. You can put all the pressure on him you want. He still fucking pulls it out of his ass and makes a play that gets a first down. Even when it's like 3rd and 20, he'll still be successful. You know, it's the matter of stopping the play, not just getting the pressures.
You got to hit him when he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, man.
Just like Philadelphia did in the Super Bowl. They kept
even if you don't sack him, but you knock him off his rhythm. You know? So, but thank you, my guy. I appreciate you with that $2 super chat. You are my man. Anthony, were you going to the draft? I don't know if I'd asked you that yet or not. Because I just talked to Mike from Raiders Against the World today. He called me up. Him and I talked for about an hour today. Him and Ma are coming out. They're going to Pittsburgh for the draft. So it's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of people there. I know Levi's going. He was in the chat earlier tonight. And like I said, 805's going. Severe's going. Chris is going. Leo was supposed to go, but he had to back out because somebody asked him to host he's being hired actually to host or MC a draft party in Vegas. So he's like, spend money or make money. I think that makes sense. Let's see, where were we on the chat here? And don't let Mickey Mouse get traded. She would feel like how half the Raider Nation feels. There's Diesel. I know Diesel reached out to me the other day too. He's working on hopefully being able to get out here for it too. That'd be awesome too, because I get to meet him in person. I'm gonna get to meet a lot of people that I haven't met before, but I've seen in the chats, been on shows with, watched their shows. So this is gonna be exciting for me too, getting to meet a lot more people. And like I said, I'm gonna be live during a lot of that weekend. So he said the amount of links sent to me the last 24 hours is absurd, as if I didn't hear the news. Son of a bitch. Yeah, right. I can always count on Ja Raider. As soon as something breaks, boom, he sends me it, you know. And it's not like he's sending it and I don't know. I mean, and because a lot of times I don't know about it yet, like because I'm not constantly on my looking at my Instagram or whatever, but he'll forward stuff to me, and I'm glad he does because I don't catch everything all the time, you know. Yeah,
I'd love to go. I would love to go.
I wish you could, man. Fuck Gino and thank you, Pete. You actually did help the Raiders do something. Yeah, true.
So I'm going to touch on what Nabman was saying because I know he's watching right now, and I know watching his good farewell goodbye video that he did, it might look like it was cheesy or whatnot, but I respect the fact that he did that and didn't post some little Twitter thing. You know, he actually put his face, his words, his context, his emotions into what he had to say. Now he can flock off.
You know what? I need to talk to Leo, have him make those shirts. Flock off. So this is the last question I'm going to put up tonight. Well, not necessarily a question, but well, it is a question. And if anyone wants to call in on this, go ahead. I think we're going to call it at in like 15 minutes because then we'll be at 3-hour mark. It's now right now it's 1:45 on the East Coast. So I'm going to put this up. I want to hear what you guys had to say. Was Maxx Crosby the last true Raider? Now, keep in mind, I'm not asking is he because I've seen some people say this already. Oh, he was the last Oakland Raider. Nope.
Colton Miller and AJ Cole.
Colton Miller, AJ Cole, and Max were the last three Oakland Raiders that were on this roster. And as of last night, we're down to 2 now. We're down to Colton Miller and AJ Cole. Would have been Carlson, but Carlson's a free agent. So right now we have 2 original Oakland Raiders left on this team. And once those 2 guys are gone, that's it. Now Carlson doesn't count because he's a free agent.
He's a free agent. I don't think he's coming back. So
So was Maxx Crosby the last true Raider? Like when you think of the Raiders, obviously Max has been the face of the team for the longest time, but his aggressiveness, his demeanor, he was a Raider. You know what I mean? So do you think there's anyone else on this team that you could consider as a true Raider other than Max? So was he the last one until the next one comes in? Doesn't mean we're not going to have more in the future, but right now, was he the last one? You go chatting with you all. Have a good rest of your weekend and shake it easy, fellas. Later, man. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you, man.
I put it to you this way: we're at a point in time in our franchise history that we're running out of legends to embrace, and the way things are nowadays with I know free agency changed a lot of that, especially when we get up into the late 90s, 2000s. We start to lose actual Raider legends. The most recent would be there's a big generational gap between Charles Woodson and the next legend. You know, even though Tim Brown and Charles Woodson played together, Charles Woodson's career went many years past Tim Brown. So there's a big gap there.
Yeah.
Right. And I myself will always consider Maxx Crosby a Raider because he did give us 8 years of, bona fide effort. He wore the colors. He represented us very well. It sucks what has recently happened, but Jeff, and I know that's happened to a lot of our legends. Marcus Allen's one of them, Kenny Stabler, got traded to Houston. Let's see. Who's another really good one that, but there's been a lot. There's a lot of our legends that left us, and went to other teams, but they always were welcome back. Now, the ones that were only here for a sip of coffee, no, they don't count. They're not ours.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like these 1 year guys type of thing, Yeah. I could like Chason. Chason's a perfect example.
I was referring more to Jerry Rice.
Yeah, but see, Jerry Rice he still had great years with us. I mean, he was still putting up 1,000 yards receiving yards.
I know, but
in
it was
those
only
years.
for
It's not like he was here and just kind of sucked.
It was for a short amount of time.
He was here when we went to the Super Bowl.
It was a
kind
short.
Of the reason we.
It was a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And his biggest production in his career was with another team. If it was flipped,
won't deny that.
If it was flipped, like Ted Hendricks is a perfect example, right? Played for the Colts, had a really good career with the Colts, but he came to the Raiders and became legendary, right? So he's ours. I bet you ask a Colt fan, they probably didn't even know Ted Hendricks played for him. Randy Moss is another one. He could piss up a rope as far as I'm concerned. Devontae Adams, he could choke on a chalupa.
No face. So you saying Carr? Because Carr wasn't traded though. We just let him go.
We let him
didn't
go.
get shit.
That was one of the biggest problems that we had. Is like you just let him walk out the door. You didn't even try and trade him for any draft. capital.
we did. Number one, we did him no justice. We screwed him over at the end.
Yeah.
That's McDaniels and Mark letting him go that way when we could have done something to get something for him. If you didn't want him here, that's fine. Then let's let him save face and let's trade him away or get something for him. Or just let him walk. Like, bye.
Yeah.
And with no backup plan with him being gone. So who do you think the Eagles was so interested in trading a young Connor in prime and number one in his position for an older Maxx Crosby with a bigger contract?
You had Max.
I think a lot of it's. I think with Cotter, from what I've understood now, a lot of it had to do or has to do with his on-field issues in game, with his attitude. I mean, Jesus Christ, he got
kicked out of a game on his day off.
Yeah.
How do you get kicked out of the game during warm-ups?
For spitting on players, and I mean that becomes a distraction and a headache for the ownership and the coaches. Especially here's the biggest impact with coaches when a player goes and does something like that, because you have a game plan set, okay, and all of a sudden, before the game even starts, he gets ejected or thrown out of the game for doing something like spitting on somebody. Yeah. Now you have to take one of the biggest impacts on your defensive front, and now you got to come up with a different plan, because you can't go with the same game plan with somebody else unless you've got really good depth, which sometimes the Eagles do. But that's a big player to try and offset if you have to lose him for a whole game. So you're fucking with the coaches too. You're fucking with your teammates too, because your teammates are counting on you to be out there to enact the plan that they've worked on all week long, and then you go and do something stupid, So a lot of that is that issue with him, which in a way, yes, when you look at it on paper, it would have been nice to have a guy of his talent and everything. But is he a liability when it comes to, his on-field antics? That's going to cost us. We brought you here for a reason. We traded away our best player, the one that Raider Nation loved, for you to come here and shit all over it by doing the shit you do. Nah.
That's the last thing I want, is a guy getting a 7-yard sack and turning and punching the running back and getting a 15-yard penalty. And it just doesn't make no sense. But people like that lack maturity issues and lack self-control, that's what they do. They do stupid stuff like that. And it just, he's going to make plays, but he's also going to make plays to hurt the team too.
See, everybody's pretty much agreeing with the Max being the last true Raider.
Yeah, if you guys got Maxx Crosby jerseys, if you got a Maxx Crosby jersey and you wear a Maxx Crosby, don't be embarrassed to wear it. There's no shame in that. That man did us right.
What's up, Javier, man? Welcome in. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Make sure if you're on my channel and you sub, make sure you get over to Raiders First Downs, which is Jason's channel. He's streaming too. He's got other shows that he does, but him and I do this show together on Saturday nights.
We say the best for last.
Remember, every Saturday night we do this show, Raider Nation Voices, where the phone number's there. Once we open up the phone lines, people can call in, and you'll have, if you got a hot take on something with the Raiders, bring it. We like to put questions up on the screen, so when you call in, that's what the question is that we're going to ask you, and you get a chance to talk about it. Tonight's been all about Max for the most part, and the draft picks and such, which is understandable. I mean, just a little over 24 hours ago, we traded away the player that everybody in the nation loved, and he's gone now.
It happens. It happens. It's just a matter of, can we make it work now? No pressure, Kubiak. No pressure, Spytek.
Yeah, right.
You traded Maxx Crosby. You got a couple draft picks, really good quality draft picks. No pressure.
Wasn't he with the Niners longer than? He was longer there than 10 years.
He came to us. He was 30.
Oh, he did.
He was like 37 years old with us.
Yeah. Because then when he left us, he went to Denver. Then he tried Seattle.
No, he went to Seattle, played a year, 2 years there, a year or 2 years there, and then he went to Denver, and I don't think he finished the year with Denver.
I think that's when he got cut. I think they cut him, and that's when he was like, "Oh, that's the end of it."
Yeah,
or they mutually agreed to walk away.
It was pretty obvious at that time. He couldn't get on. He couldn't get off of. He couldn't get open against man coverage and.
Marcel Reese, man, I liked him, man. I like Marcel. Yeah. 805 says, I think the rookie pay scale is allowing teams to move on the players a lot easier, which minimizes the chances or the chance of players building a legacy with one organization.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about this. It's just, and the way owners are going to do it, owners and GMs are going to look at it is, if I can get a player on a rookie contract that can satisfy what we need, it's better than getting a overpriced free agent.
I've been on 3 bear runs. Fuck a time change.
But no, getting back to 805's point there, that even ever since they went to that rookie pay scale the way it is now, owners and GMs try and take advantage of that with how they build their rosters, and so we lose out on our contemporary legends, so to speak, ones that we can hang our hat on and say that they're Raider for life. You know, I mean, let's face it. I mean, we got 8 years out of Maxx Crosby. That's pretty good.
4th round pick, 8 years too. On top of that,
4th round pick, 8 years. A 4th round pick we just turned into 2 first round
violent
picks.
Position too. If you think about that too,
and if you remember when he came in as a 4th round pick too, he was he was a gangly kind of guy. He wasn't. They were like, son, you're gonna have to put some. Go see our nutritionist over there, and there's the weight room over there. You're gonna need that.
Yep. And I do think I agree with No Face. I think Khalil Mack's definitely better than Khalil Mack was just a force to be reckoned with game in and game out. Max had his moments on and off. You know, he was the steady hand up defense, always out there and everything. But Max, man, Khalil Mack was just a beast of a man.
Yeah,
still is. You know, a little older, a little slower now, but you know, in his prime, Khalil Mack was way better than Max. I'm sorry.
Khalil Mack would steal people's manhood from him.
Yeah,
he would take them. He's not the same. He's still pretty damn good, though. But he's not the same.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't buy active Raider jerseys anymore, which means I can go buy a Max jersey now for the collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so, Tim. I'm not. You know what? I got to look this up now because I think he was with San Fran a lot longer than 10 years, I believe.
Oh yeah.
It just seemed like he was there for. It felt like he was in San Fran for 20 years. Jesus Christ! I mean, it's like the guy never aged. Yeah, he played 20 seasons in total. He was with San Fran. Oh yeah, he was in San Fran from 85 to 2000.
16 years.
Yeah, that's a long time. He was with us from 2001 to 2004.
Yeah.
And then we let him go in 2004. He went to the Seahawks, like you said, and then he went to the Broncos. And even with the Broncos, he was off-season and/or practice squad member only. My God, just listen to these accomplishments for him, right? 3-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 10 first-team All-Pros, 1 second-team All-Pro, 13 Pro Bowls, 2 NFL receptions leader, 6 NFL receiving yards leader, 6-time NFL receiving touchdown, NFL scoring leader, 1980s All-Decade, 1990s All-Decade, the 75th anniversary team, the 100th anniversary team.
He'll be on the 150th anniversary team.
He's in the actual Hall of Fame. My God.
You know what sucks about you reading all that off?
Amazing what this guy accomplished.
Is
what?
How many quarterbacks threw the ball to Jerry Rice? You got Montana, Young, Gerback,
Young, Garcia,
Gerback.
Yeah.
Bono.
Oh shit! I forgot about him.
Gannon.
And the funny thing is, as long as he was with Montana, he still has more touchdown catches from Steve Young.
That offense opened up a little bit more under Young.
Yeah, it did.
It was a little bit more. Where with Montana and Walsh, it was very systematic. Down the field. With Steve Young, they opened it up a little bit more. You saw a lot more 5 and 7 step drops because Steve Young could. And then once they were able to get Steve Young to realize, hey, you don't have to run all the time. You can actually stay back there and throw the ball. It's okay. That's when they really started to take off. Because Young used to like to pull the ball down and take off running when he didn't have to. It's like, you cleared the pocket, dude. Set back up, get ready to throw.
All right, here's the actual list of all the quarterbacks. I just looked it up. I was curious now. So Joe Montana from 1985 to 1990. Steve Young, 87 to 99. Jeff Garcia. So Steve Young, 85 touchdowns. Joe Montana, 55. Jeff Garcia, 11 from 1990 to 99 to 2000. Jeff Kemp, 8 touchdowns in 86. Elvis Gerback, 8 touchdowns, 95 to 96. Steve Bono, 5 touchdowns, 89 and 91. Other quarterbacks were Mike Morosky, Terry Kirby, Harry Sidney, Matt Cavanaugh.
Oh, yeah, Matt Cavanaugh. I remember him.
Jesus Christ. Who else? Were there any others?
Yeah, you got to throw it Rich Gannon.
Elvis Gerback. Trent Dilfer was with Seattle. Rick Meyer was with the Raiders with him. Rich Gannon, 16 touchdowns from 2001 to 2003. Jesus Christ. It's funny. So he spent most of his time in San Fran, right? So Steve Young, 85, Montana, 55. After that, the next highest, Rich Gannon, 16 in 2001, 2003. So from 85 to 90, from 85 to 1999, it was just those two guys that threw those touchdowns, so 85 and 55s. And even with all the other quarterbacks from San Fran during that time frame, Gannon is still above them all with 16 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot we had Meyer too. Oh God.
Now,
Matt Cavanaugh, did I say that? Terry.
Just picture
Matt Hasselbeck. That's one we forgot. Oh no, he was at Seattle.
Now, just picture, because Tim Brown is in the top 5 of all those stats that you read off with Jerry Rice. Now, just picture if Tim Brown had Rich Gannon for 9 years. How much different that would have been with Tim Brown. Tim Brown caught touchdown passes from 28 different quarterbacks.
Yeah, because we could never settle on a single quarterback.
Yeah.
We just had horrible quarterback runs.
Yeah.
Horrible ones. You know what? Basically from Plunkett on. After Plunkett, we couldn't get anything stable at quarterback for years.
Hostetler kind of stabilized us a little bit because we were still getting in the playoffs with Hostetler.
Yeah, but he wasn't here that long, though. That's the thing.
It was 91.
Even Gannon wasn't here that long either with us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, even Plunkett wasn't here. The longest tenured quarterback before Derek Carr was Stabler.
Mm-hmm.
So you went from Stabler to Plunkett, and then we didn't have another stable quarterback after Plunkett until Hostel was the closest, then Gannon, and then Derek Carr. Everything else was a mishmash of quarterbacks through those years.
Yeah.
You know, we've just not been successful with quarterbacks. We've had 3, as far as I'm concerned, that had any type of tenure that well, I would go 4. And that's Stabler, Plunkett, Gannon, and Carr. Those are the 4 most stable quarterbacks we've had on this roster since 1960 to now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully that changes with this draft. You know, I got to get through the chat. We got a bunch of questions in here and shit too. You all want offense or defense in this draft, trade back or not? Again, this all really depends on what we do in free agency. If we take care of the offensive line in free agency, then I want to make sure we get linebackers in the draft, and I want the best at whatever pick we get available. A defensive tackle that's a nose. That's what I want. That's I think a priority. We need a guy that can come in and play that, and the O-line is strong in this draft. Let's see, Tim Brown was better. I love that guy's name too. It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jim Drunken Miller. Oh my God, yeah, that guy was supposed to be the next coming of Joe Montana. Yeah. Jeez, remember Jake Plummer too?
Yeah. Jake
Snake, the other snake.
But you know what? When he was with the Phoenix Cardinals, he actually had some really good games. Yeah, they had good seasons. You know.
Yeah, but Collins, I see you saying Collins and George, but when they were here, they weren't part of successful teams that were like winning. You know, granted, Derek Carr wasn't really winning a lot either, but Derek Carr was stable. You knew what you had with Derek Carr. You know, we just didn't do enough to keep pieces around him to make the team better all the time. Yeah. It seemed like when the offense was good when he was here, the defense was trash. You know, we could never get good on the other side of the ball when Carr was here. I went Caleb Downs, aka Rod Woodson. I wouldn't be against that, I guess, either. But all right, I'm closing the phones down. All right, phone line is shut down for the night. Yeah, we're at 3 hours. I'm ready to call it. You ready?
Yeah, if you're willing to go, I'm willing to go with you.
My eyes, these lights are so bright tonight for some reason. But Jason, what do you got coming up? You want to let everybody know?
Tuesday night, show me your shield. So far, we don't have anybody planned as a guest. I do have Raider Pride and Poise, which is an alternate solo show that I do. That I've only done 2 episodes, so I'm looking to maybe fire one up this week. Maybe, I don't know. Let's say Wednesday at about noon-ish, probably. I'm looking at, because that's when free agency will be kicking off, and we'll see what breaking news we might have as far as signings. But we'll know a lot by Monday. What's funny is with this, somebody mentioned the other day, why they even call it legal tampering whenever 5 minutes after legal tampering, somebody's already agreed to a contract, you know? It's like, yeah. Really? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's the whole point. They can agree. They just can't sign it until Wednesday.
Yeah, but you think you can call somebody and in 5 minutes have them agree to a contract? Hey, Kyle, this is John Smitek. Yeah, I'll come. All right, cool. Thanks.
Well, I mean, agents had phone calls.
Yeah. Oh, they were all at the combine. They're talking at the combine. Let me throw my link in there. And then
As far as me this week for shows, I'm done now until Tuesday, unless anything breaks, big news between now and then. I'll be on Tuesday night with Will from Silver and Black Podcast and Leo Cheeto Linus on the Most Notorious. That's Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. And then Wednesday, I'm on the Wednesday's gonna be a good show. Wednesday night on the Raider Connection, it's myself, Cheetah Linus, Jay from Just Raiders Baby, and you saw him in the chat tonight. LV Raider 10, the four of us are on Wednesday night, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. We're gonna have Alpha Kasi on as a guest Wednesday night.
Oh boy,
we had Raider Ben on with us last Wednesday, so if you missed it, go check that out. There was a fire show with him. Ben's hilarious. I absolutely love being on shows with Ben. I have a blast when I'm on with him. Wednesday day, I had planned on going live regardless because I did it last year too. I was going live for the free agency frenzy is what I titled it last year.
I just suggested that a little bit ago, didn't I?
Yeah, but I did it last year too, so I'm automatically going to do it this year.
I said we should go live on Wednesday.
Yeah, well, we're going to go live on Wednesday, whether you like it or not. You just show your ass up. The channel will be up and running. I had already planned on it, so I was definitely doing a Wednesday show during the day. So as news hits, boom, we're already on. I was lucky enough to be on live last night when the Maxx story broke, so that was awesome. And then Thursday night, I'll be on with Nate on Raiders Coast to Coast. And then Friday and Saturday, doing this again. Friday nights is no huddle. It's open to all fans of all 32 teams in the NFL. It's not strictly a Raiders show. But Saturday night is Raider takes only for the most part. But Matthew, if you're still here and you like calling in, that's fine, man. I don't have a problem with you calling in on Saturday nights. I like talking to that kid. Kid's good.
And then March 21st, Saturday, March 21st, I will not be available. I have a celebration of life to go to that's at night that night.
March when?
March 21st.
Okay.
So
yeah, I can run
not next week, but the week after.
Yeah, I'll still broadcast it to your channel and everything. I'm not going to change that.
Yeah, I just hope you don't get lonely.
I won't. I might bring somebody on with me. Because you're going to probably have to do the same thing the night of the draft weekend anyway.
Oh, I got somebody lined up already for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Who?
I'm not telling you.
Dick. Actually, I am going to have my laptop out there. I'm taking my laptop with me.
Okay.
So.
And we've learned our lessons with the mobiles, right?
With the what?
The microphone. When you go mobile like that, your microphone, make sure the volume's down on the microphone.
Why? What happened last time?
Oh, it blew my ears off. Inside the bar.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's different. Yeah. I'm taking my laptop. I'm not going to be walking around the fucking place with my laptop.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have that for running back at the hotel if I want to pop on live and talk about shit that I saw and experiences and everything, which is what I'm going to do. I got to do as much content as I can. It's a business trip now.
Tax write-off.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Tim, thanks, man. I appreciate you being in here, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, welcome to the family. Yeah, feel free to reach out to some of these guys that are in here. Just be careful with Bueno. I'm not Bueno. He can be a little rough.
You know, and I appreciate you saying that too. You know, you like how we interact with the audience. That's something I've instilled in my shows since I started doing shows on my own and not part of like a big group. It's tough when there's like four of us on the screen on a Wednesday night. But on these other shows, like when I do a show with Jason or I do a solo, I like interacting with the chat. You know, I take my cue sometimes from the chat, and wherever the chat takes me, that's where we end up. You know, whatever we're talking about in the chat blows on the screen. You know, I started doing these phone call things a few weeks ago, and it's
a lot of fun.
It's fun. It really is now. Because I used to do pull-ups where people would come on camera, but a lot of people don't want to come on camera. It's easier for them to call in. The face isn't on the screen. their phone number stays hidden. You don't see it on the screen. So, but no, I appreciate you saying that, man. That means a lot that you said that.
Yeah.
My take on how I do things is getting across to people, and I appreciate that. That's great value. Yeah, it's another. Well, you can end your bear run now because we're signing off. Any last words, Jason?
No,
actually, let me ask this: anything you want to say about Maxx one last time?
Block off.
I knew you were going to say that. But you good?
Yeah, when he's done picking feathers out of his teeth, he's always welcome back to Raider Nation. I still consider him that. But until then, he can go be more himself.
Let me see here. I just got to play this.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
Can anybody name the song that opens up to, and which band? Do you know, Jeff?
I can hear it. I can hear it too.
Guns N' Roses, Civil War.
That's it. Love you, brother, and everything you do. Thank you, Predator. I appreciate you, Anthony. You're my guy, man. With the 6-month membership milestone, I appreciate that. I found you guys tonight, and I too love listening, and I subscribed and will subscribe to JD. F off, Max. Thanks, Deport. Appreciate you, brother. I can't wait to see Mendoza with a powdered nose and alcohol in his hand leaving a Vegas titty bar. Oh, Deport got it. He got it right.
Yep. I don't need your Civil War.
James Furpo got it too. Oh, there you go. You got another sub now. A few people said it in here. Max has plenty soul, and he had one of the soul capitals in the world. Yeah, true. Then we got this famous saying of one of the best characters in the world.
I am the great Cornholio. I'm a gringo. I have no bunghole. Bungholio. Pew pew.
All right, one last one. Jack right now. They're probably like, oh. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. You all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Don't forget, clocks change tonight, so any TP bunghole. Everybody have a wonderful evening, wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe. Go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
401. 401. Silver and black, yeah, we never fold. New winning roots with a Raider soul. East Coast grind, West Coast pride. Raider Nation, worldwide. 401. Say it loud, 401. Feel that sound from the stands to the screen. This is